Welcome to the Mob Jazz podcast. Please be aware that the content of this podcast is primarily social commentary and represents the personal opinions of the hosts and guests. It is not intended to be a statement of fact or an official stance on any issues discussed. This podcast is for entertainment and informational purposes only. We encourage listeners to seek out professional advice for any factual matters or decisions. Listener discretion is advised. Anthony Bridgerton.
Yes.
When he was filming his season, he was filming Wicked. He was filming, there's some show where the plot is that he keeps falling in love with the same guy over different timelines, like in the 60s, in the 80s, in the 2000s.
Same guy?
Yeah.
Like a dude?
Yes.
Is
Guy
it
is
like
called
a
Matt Bomer.
detective something?
I've forgotten.
Yes,
Been-
wasn't that, bro? That thing was
That
hard.
thing was cold.
Oh, yeah, what's that thing called?
That
on
dead
Netflix?
body that cut. Was it called Bodies? Something
No,
like that.
Yes.
Some
Yeah,
dead
it
body
was
that
called
cuts
Bodies.
across
Yeah, it was
different.
called Bodies.
Yeah.
And it had Anthony Bridgerton.
Cold. I don't even remember.
But he was like, he would, mind you, they filmed Bridgerton in the UK. He would fly to the UK, shoot, leave, come back, shoot Wicked,
Okay,
leave,
let's
go.
not act like
As in,
let's not act like this is the same caliber of like star though.
what do you mean?
That nigga is not Zendaya, bro. He's not. Unfortunately, he's one of those guys who, if he died, they wouldn't kill his character. They just bring another guy.
No. In Bridgerton.
Yeah, I think they would bring another guy. Do you know?
No.
But isn't Bridgerton?
I think.
Spartacus. You are Spartacus. Remember when Spartacus died? They just brought another guy after having like
They changed
sick
Spartacus.
first season. He
Anyway,
died.
to be
they brought
fair, I
another
was
guy.
so young.
Yeah.
I don't. The only thing I remember about Spartacus was it had so much sex for me at the time. I was like,
I can assure you, if Zendaya died, that's the end of it. Of
Euphoria.
They're not replacing.
No,
her.
Euphoria is built around
Yeah.
Rue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It's built around, but funny thing is, people say she can't act.
that is so
Loads
false,
of people
bro.
say she
That
can't
is so
act.
bro. In Euphoria,
In Euphoria,
that
she
show
really
the
does
acts,
act.
bro.
Yeah.
That show the acts, and she's completely different from her Spider-Man character. Completely different from her character in what's that movie with Denzel's son with
That chick
David
is-
Washington.
She's such a terrible MJ for me, man.
A terrible who?
MJ.
MJ.
Best of what?
The comics.
How is MJ supposed to be?
Let me let you cook, cause I don't know.
So which MJ do you
I have nothing to
prefer?
say about this?
I
Has there been any other
think
MJs?
Gwen was my favorite MJ. Well, not MJ, but she's Gwen.
She's not
But
MJ.
yeah,
That's my thing. Like, there's not been any other MJs, have there?
Kristen Stewart, but that's
Was an
like
MJ.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire had
That was
MJ.
an MJ.
Yeah.
Who's the other chick?
Gwen.
Gwen.
Yeah,
What's
Emma
his name?
Stone.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest
Emma
with you.
Stone was my favorite Gwen, but that's not MJ as well.
For me, first of all, she was Gwen. Secondly, me in that movie, I think what carried her was that guy, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, see, that's the
Andrew
thing,
Garfield
yeah?
made that relationship for me. He carried it so well. So, I mean, I couldn't even, the last movie,
Let me.
you know how I watch movies while Googling how does it end?
Mm.
When I saw she dies, I switched off. I said, no, I'm not
Go and
going
watch
to
it
go.
properly.
I can't go through that grief
the-
with me.
But you guys sometimes feel like some actor to really act well, their co-star has to also act well.
No, I think sometimes one really good actor can carry someone else.
Can carry the whole.
I think it depends. I think
Can
it
carry the
depends.
whole
I
thing.
don't think this is a good icebreaker for us to begin with.
Yes.
Let's talk about some other shit.
Uh,
Let me tell you guys why Milk hates me, bro. I'll
happened?
say this. Like, today, those conversations we've been having have been replaying in my head. Oh, man, just try. Just have little by little until you become resistant again.
Is that what I told you?
Yeah.
I didn't tell you to have little by little.
What have you been
I
saying?
told you to immerse yourself and die.
Brother, I'll
What?
tell you this.
Immerse yourself and die
I
until
thought I
you
had a
can't
problem
die
with
anymore.
milk, I thought I had a problem with milk. But milk has a problem
Problem.
with me. Milk hates me.
What
bro.
did you take?
So yesterday evening, I went for a walk yesterday. So came back, obviously it's been hot and so I was sweating. So I came back and I was just like, I needed something sweet, right? So I go to Carrefour on my way home. And I walked through Carrefour looking for a Minute Maid Berry Blast, but I can't find it, bro. So I walk through the whole of Carrefour. I can't find a Minute Maid. Then as I'm going to a counter, I find the Minute Maid, like the Coca-Cola fridges at the counter. So I couldn't see a berry blast, but I see the mango at the top, right? Now I pick out the mango, put it in my like cart, go to the thingy, pay for my stuff. To show you how thirsty I was, I started opening that Minute Maid from the counter. Like I put my stuff there and started opening that Minute Maid. But, and this is how I should have known that something was wrong. The package was different. But I think my brain capacity was very low at this time. I think I wasn't thinking how I usually think, bro. So I opened the bottle. After opening the bottle, it's sealed. So I open the seal and I take a chug. I take that chug. I'm like, what is this strange?
This mango is not
This strange powdery taste I'm tasting.
You know this move, bro.
No, because the thing is, it was
Like an
sweet.
ad.
It was sweet and it was mango-ish. But there was a powdery aftertaste. I'm like, it tastes different, but then it tastes bad. So I go into the car and I was taking big chugs of this thing. But it wasn't quenching my thirst, bro. You know, when you drink a mini berry blast, it will quench your thirst. And if it's a mango, it will be too
Thick. Is it?
Yeah, it will be thick.
Yeah.
So it quenches it, but in a different way. So I'm chugging this. It's not hitting, bro. So I first give it a shake, man. I'm like, it's not kawa. I shake it. Chug. By the time I get home, it's done. I'm like, bro, I've noticed a Minute Maid. Like, somebody changed the formula.
You
Is it that the bottle was different?
You finished this whole bottle without
I
reading
finished it. I
the
was
ingredients.
driving. It was dark. I finished the work. I came back from work at like 8. Calm. So I get home. Like, man. Now my brain has started working, mind you. So I'm already thinking the worst. As I'm walking up those stairs, I'm like, bruh, I think I drank this stupid Minute Maid milky thing. Because my roommate in Barra used to love the milky Minute Maid. And it comes packed differently.
Yeah,
did not
it does
know
look
there was
different. Like
one.
if you had just
Me
looked at the
too.
bottle
Literally,
That's new to
like,
me.
a second.
And
What
that
is
shows
that?
you.
What is it called?
It's just Minute Maid milky something.
Milky
It's like
mango.
the flavor, but then fruit something. I forgot what it's called. But just know
It's like
a
a
milky Minute Maid.
milky, fruity
Yeah.
type of thing.
I never knew that was a thing.
It's a thing.
It's
bro.
been there for a minute actually.
How does the bottle look like?
It is
Yellow, orange.
It's opaque and
Oh,
it's
the
kind of
opaque
like
bottle.
It's kind of like
But it has orange on
Coke
it,
bottle
right?
shape.
I thought it was a normal.
Opaque as in like
I've seen it
frosted.
before.
Yeah?
Yeah, like you can't see through it.
You can't
Does
see
it not
through.
have something orangey or yellowy on
Yeah.
it? Like how Minute
It's
Maid
wrapped.
mango. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it is.
wrapped.
I honestly thought that was normal Minute Maid.
Brother, I get home, I open, like I get that because I didn't litter, so I just take it out of the bag. I look at it and I see milk. I say, easy. I already know what's going to happen. Like I already know what this is going to do to me. I was kawa though. I had a decent dinner. I popped my car supplement that I usually take before bed. I went to sleep. Brother, 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm woken up by bubble guts. Yeah, and that's how like the rest of my day has been. Bro,
Oh.
since then. Yeah.
But that was yesterday.
That was this morning.
I'm
So-
gonna try and look at what causes lactose intolerance. But
Simply,
I think it's genetic.
Dairy, just like dairy products. Dairy products
simply
that have
put,
lactose.
it's like like your body can't digest
it down.
properly lactose. So for some people that are diehards, they take lactates. So
feel like
basically, the lactates are medication that will enable your body to efficiently digest the lactose in the milk without,
Yeah, I
suffering.
think those
Could it be like
break
you're
down
lacking
the
that
lactose.
particular enzyme?
Yeah, it says
That
you
breaks down
you have a
that,
deficiency in lactase, which is an
And
enzyme.
they
Yeah.
actually say that most human beings are lactose intolerant.
Yeah, 2 out
But-
of 3 apparently.
Yeah, but
2
because
of every 3.
if you insist on the thing, if you never stop taking it, your body's forced to adapt. Like
that's so crazy to me. So how about like breastfeeding?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that
I'm gonna keep it.
that actually eliminates this whole
Breast milk has
genetical
lactose.
thing.
Eh?
I don't think breast milk has lactose.
I was going to say I don't think human breast milk is the same as a cow's milk,
I don't think adults should be drinking
Let me see.
breast milk. May I say that?
as in a cow's breast milk.
Could it be like the main?
Password, bro.
Yo,
It's
could it
like
be?
cow's breast milk.
Could it be like the
Human
main
breast milk has-
ingredient that makes up milk?
What?
Because you can't just say cow's milk has lactose and then human milk doesn't have this. I don't feel like it's more like
Does human
the
milk
main
have lactose?
ingredient that makes up milk.
No, I don't.
Let's
think
find out before
But-
we cook each other.
so. I feel like I told you, even the study I sent you said you have to like continued exposure. You're going off of drinking one bottle for one day. My friend, you know exposure therapy.
Do I not have shit to do? You have to do shit the whole day instead of doing shit.
You guys have cooked yourselves
Uh-huh.
because yes, a baby can have lactose intolerance.
No, does
Really?
breast milk have lactose?
Auntie, let me cook.
Human breast
Let
milk.
me
Okay,
cook.
continue.
So they say there are two forms: congenital lactose deficiency, which is pretty much the same, but it's very rare. So those babies cannot digest the milk, but it's very rare. I mean, digest lactose from the milk. Then there's developmental lactose deficiency, which is they're just developing slowly. So they fail to. It will come, but they fail to digest it. But the milk has lactose.
Breast milk, human breast milk
Yes.
has lactose. Interesting.
Human milk has lactose.
To be fair, there are babies who don't like breast milk.
I was one of those babies. I stopped drinking breast milk very early, bro.
The babies who don't like, and as of right now, there are alternatives. Like, not like there are different types of formula for babies that can't take cow milk.
Even back then.
To
Even
be
back
fair,
in the day.
the page I've read from said consult a professional. So
I wouldn't know. I breastfed until I was like 4 or 5.
5.
There's somewhere I read where
I was enjoying, like,
After the breast milk,
I
enjoying.
got at like 1.
Uh-huh.
I tasted breast milk as an adult.
No.
I want to, but I haven't. Like, I want
I've
to know
had
what
it.
tastes like.
It's,
I have, yeah.
how is it? I've had it's weird, but it's kind of sweet.
It's not like, it doesn't taste like milk.
Have you before? What does it taste like?
Not milk.
What does it taste? Does it
Like,
taste
there's
nice?
nothing you can compare it to.
Honestly, it tastes nice.
I've always assumed I'll just taste my own.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
When I give birth, that's it.
Okay. And you know when be chugging it. but
No,
she's
like
going
I'll
to give it
taste mine. Like,
Like a
she's going to give
if
it a
I'm
lick.
making it,
Yeah.
you think my kid is
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to take something I'm not
If you haven't
tasting?
tasted. And also, I have cousins who like,
got tested, so
No.
it's safe.
if they've like, let's say they've had like a night out, but they're still like lactating moms, they'll taste the breast milk to see if it has booze in
Oh
it.
yeah.
Oh, that-
yeah, you
that can happen?
And if it does, you dump it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
interesting.
So you'll be feeling
A
that
shot of
beery
breast milk
taste
that has
in
like
it.
You pump.
Jameson.
You pump,
pump
and if it has
and taste
alcohol
it.
in it,
Mm.
you dump. Actually, what most people do, even though they can't taste, is on the days when they drink, they don't breastfeed.
I figure that's what most people do, and that's what I've heard most people do.
So since
But
you
I've-
breastfed for like 5 years, will you also breastfeed your kiddo for 5 years?
Sorry?
Will you also breastfeed your kiddo for 5 years?
No. It first and foremost, it
Maybe
wasn't.
selfish.
Guys.
No, for context, I'm a last born. She didn't have plans of having other children. I was just available. She, in her own words. Shout out. I know she's going to listen to this. And she said, "Go. The milk was still coming. I still had a baby." Like you get.
How long does it take?
As actually, I don't know how true this is, but I was told that if you've had a child before, if you've given birth and you've breastfed before, if they bring a baby around,
You'll breastfeed.
you can
yes.
eventually start breastfeeding a
Very
baby.
true,
Yeah.
Very true.
So
Like out of the blue.
Yeah.
yeah, you keep
Wireless
trying
connection,
until
yeah?
the milk starts coming. So I was around and I was not saying no. So I actually have memories of
Actual
breastfeeding.
I'm
breastfeeding.
not gonna, my kiddo is not going to breastfeed for 5 years, but you have a big brain. So I can tell that it worked, but my kiddo is not going to breastfeed for 5
But
years.
first of all, I don't think those things are true. Do you
It's
think?
very true.
You think it's true?
It's very, very true.
I don't
It
think it's
must be true.
Very true.
But
Because-
I'm going to be honest. I was one of those people when I heard of that rumor of the fish, that if you eat the head of the fish and the eye, like, I didn't know how many heads and eyes I ate.
Yeah,
False.
you did everything.
Yeah.
I don't think, as in when you compare the amount of work I put in and the results, it's not proportionate. I should be way sharper.
No, you're sharp. You're sharp enough.
No.
You're sharp enough.
I mean,
You know, actually,
there's
you're just
some
not
truth
exposed
to it,
to,
but
like-
not.
You're not in enough situations where you get to like use your brain. But I think if you are like in like a think tank, if you're working for like a think tank,
I'm dead.
you'd really use your brain.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm squandering
Yeah, no, you're not using your brain.
my
to
mom's
full
breast
capacity.
milk. So
No, but it must be because I know, like, breast milk is engineered for development. So there must have been a positive to it.
So knowing
Milk in itself is.
knowing what you know now, you still wouldn't let your kids breastfeed for longer. So
Not
that'd be
5 years, bro. How you go outside and play
Depends
with
on
our
my wife,
kiddos?
man.
I don't-
I don't make it to the one. No, we at the pool. The guy is
Let me
coming
first
here
go
for
and
a
breastfeed.
boo. It won't be my kid though.
No, but it wasn't my.
more.
It wasn't my only meal.
years.
As eating, as going to school.
Once
As
they start walking, that
So
clock
for
is
you,
running.
it was like how we be eating crisps.
So even
nowadays,
stop
like,
at 6
light
months.
snack.
it was a chiller light snack.
Once my kid
That's
start
crazy
walking,
business.
the countdown has begun.
They
You better
say-
get in your last licks. After that, no more, no mass.
Melvin, to you, how long do you
Why?
think is okay?
I think
Like
the
2 years.
recommended
2
is
years
2.
before school, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years.
The
Once it
recommended.
starts kindergarten and shit.
I
get
think
about it,
when I think I stopped at like 4 because I used to go to school and come back at lunch, and then after lunch, I'd have a snack.
Things like that. I can't imagine. I can't
My
imagine.
kid has gone to school.
Comes back.
He come
it's-
back in the middle of the day for a
Grown
snack.
man. Ask
How is that a grown man?
no way.
At 4. Your mom.
And that's also a good thing with having not like a super large age gap between your kiddos. So between the first and second, and if you want like a third, like 3 years.
Oh, so you think if my brother was closer to me in age?
Yeah, once the second born starts breastfeeding, that first born can no longer
No,
breastfeed.
first of all, the person closest to me is 4 years older than me. So if I was 4, he was 8.
Yeah.
I need to know that that's a big age gap.
That's a big age gap.
You're the
Yeah.
last born, yeah?
Yeah.
But
and-
it's okay.
And the firstborn is 7 years older than me.
Yeah.
So, bruh, I was not playing with these guys. I was not like if I was going to nursery and coming back home at lunch, guys were like in P2. They were coming at the end of
Yeah,
the
but
day.
you see, it wasn't a thing of when you were born that he was still breastfeeding. You know what I mean? 'Cause he
Oh
was
yeah,
4.
yeah. When by the time I was born, he was not
For
breastfeeding.
you, you just overcome.
Where I enjoyed.
I don't feel like.
That's funny.
Don't you sometimes feel like it was just used as a way of family planning?
Family planning.
What,
What,
breastfeeding? How?
You know, it's,
Extended time.
you know, it's not.
How?
I've heard some people
They
saying
say-
like breastfeeding can like
They say that breastfeeding can be used like it's a natural,
yeah.
Contraceptive.
contraceptive. But I'll tell you this though.
Interesting.
I need my kid
Those
to
things are-
breastfeed a bit, man.
I'll tell you
I
this.
think might have like 5% efficiency.
for 10 years. Like a guy from Game of Thrones.
Guy, you're
13-year-old man
Okay,
breastfeeding.
you tell him, man, midterm, must
Yeah,
come
okay,
back
not
home.
bad, breastfeed.
Guy, you're blasting. But you know those
Me
things
and your
are
mama going away
not.
for the weekend, bro.
You know, like scientifically proven. Yeah?
Maybe at this fool. Oh, come and breastfeed me and your mama going away for the weekend.
Getting your 3 liters, bro. That guy does not need water to hydrate, man.
But the trick
No,
is,
but you
that
know
means
those
the
things
trick is
are
to
not.
pump.
Those things are not super safe because women are different. Like the chicks who give birth and for the whole year after they don't have their period.
Yeah, if
There
a
are
babe
chicks
told me I'm
who-
breastfeeding,
I feel like it's
I'll
more
be
like
nah.
fertility, someone's fertility.
I know it even has no correlation with fertility because there are chicks who for a year after will not have their period. There are chicks who get pregnant 2 months after giving birth.
Crazy.
2 months after giving birth,
Yeah.
and you're on that tumble breastfeeding.
I have a birthday with kids are 4, 3, 2, 1. And they go.
Never that.
They go.
Never that.
Never that. Isn't it so hectic?
And meanwhile, the first kiddo was like 9 months after the wedding.
The guys can over cane as in like
Those guys can. You just know.
That's not even late, bro.
uh,
That's not even late.
but I think let's stick to the proven. Anyway, maybe I'm a bit of a skeptic. Even this whole safe days chat, I'm not for it. I'm not for it. I'm not for it. I think majority of the human beings in existence are products of safe days. I mean, I'm not for it. I'm like, for me, I
But
believe
is,
in.
Is it safe days like a recent thing?
No,
It actually has been there for time.
it's been there for
Yeah.
time. Like, because people have been counting their days for time.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, where it's coming from is, yeah, I honestly thought the cycle was a month. I'm only starting to realize that it's not, bro.
It's not.
And that's crazy to me. Because my assumption was, you know your days as soon as a month begins, you're like,
Have you
this
heard
first week of the
when
month.
You thought people bleed for 30 days. So where are chicks getting their blood from?
Bro, how many babes would be anemic?
Chill. How many liters of blood do babes have? First of all, I think we would need to eat a lot more or eat
Yeah.
something different.
Wouldn't it
It would
depend like
actually
on
not
your
make
flow?
any sense. There would be no reason for that to happen.
If
Unless you're bleeding like 1 month a year. Like this is your
Bro.
bleeding month.
But that
Then
month
you're-
is
for the rest of the year, you're
miserable.
To me, it was a eureka
It's like it was
moment
like a
when,
year.
when I
Bleed
learned that
once.
they just bleed for like a couple of days.
Really?
Yeah, but man, there's some babes whose cycles are like 10 days. Bro.
My first
That just-
time was in P7 VAC. Sad day. Bro, I had a day that time.
This is so mad that you're telling us a story of your first. Because I have some friends who have a thing, like a foundation, and they're asking chicks to tell stories of their first time.
Uh-huh.
So tell us, man. I'll send this to them.
Okay, so it was in P7 VAC, right?
Yeah, I know the foundation.
I'm 12 years
yeah.
old. Let me see. In school, had my friends started? A few had started. Actually,
VAC or
this
P7?
P7 VAC.
Back, okay.
So now, but in P7, because as in
Is that early?
as in boarding and it was a bit early, but not the earliest.
Okay.
Because I remember there's a girl who started in like P5. You guys, children are evil, little nasty creatures. That chick. God
Yeah,
bless
you
you,
tell
man. I
us.
don't know where you are in life, but I hope God is rewarding you for how you suffered. Anyway, so in P7, a few of my friends had started, and a few of my friends like had started getting like armpit hair and like boobs and whatnot. I had none of the above. I asked God,
Still
God,
bold.
no boob. That's what
I actually can't picture you without boobs. Pause.
let me tell you.
In a non-sexual way, I
What,
cannot picture you without
what God did to me was
He
revenge.
said, "Run boobs." Grab these boobs.
So in P7 VAC,
Yeah.
right, I had a day. You guys, I played that day
Yeah.
from 9 a.m. until 6 in the evening. Like, do you know you reach home and you're exhausted? You're like, you guys have played.
Yeah.
So I go to pee, right? After peeing, I clean myself. Like, and on the tissue, there's a drop of blood.
One like so.
Just little. I look back at the pee. It's kind of like pinkish. I said, this is cancer. This is...
Or you did not, you weren't expecting it, like you had not
I
been
was
told
not...
about,
Yes.
you had not been educated about periods at all.
I just remember there were girls who, like, in boarding, in dorm would be having their period, but it's not a conversation we had.
Yeah.
And even with my mom, it's not a conversation we had had. And remember, I'm an only girl.
Oh, you were in boarding in primary, yeah?
I was in boarding P6 and P7.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And mind you, being in boarding and we had a secondary side,
Yeah.
do you know the shit we saw? Essex girls would come and shower from our bathrooms.
Did you have like senior
Crazy.
female teachers? People who would tell you about that stuff.
Yeah, they'll tell you about, for me, like, it seemed like theoretical. I can't, like, it seemed some like, they didn't tell me you're going to feel like this is going to come like this. I didn't know it came in different ways. I also thought you would feel it coming out. It's something I just didn't think about.
Rexing as a burglar.
It's something like that. So that day, my pee is pinkish. I'm like, the end is here. So my mom comes, right? She comes home in the evening from work. I'm like, I'm so scared. I'm like, Mommy, I think I'm sick. She's like, what's wrong? It's like, I went to pee and my pee was pinkish and then there was a drop of blood. You guys, my mom laughed. She said, what's wrong? I think I have cancer. She fell off the chair. She died. She said, what? Then she's like, it's your period. And then we had the period conversation, right? She's like, it's your period. And she's like, if anything, I thought yours would come early. It has delayed. I was like, okay. So she teaches me like how to use a pad, what to expect. Now, in the beginning, because up until like 17, I didn't get cramps. So for me, it was a surprise. Like, I'll just be chilly. Now, that first period, guys, I kid you not, lasted 12 days.
12 days.
12 days, as touching on 2 weeks. On day 10, because my mom bought me like a bunch of pads. On day 10, I'm like, Mommy, I think I need more pads. She's like, wait, how are you using them? Are you changing every hour? I said, no, but my period is still here. She's like, how many days has it been? I was like, I started on this day, so we counted it as day 10. She said, okay, tell me if it comes tomorrow. The next day it comes. Mommy task her, tell me if it comes tomorrow. Day 12 it comes. She said, if it comes tomorrow, tell me go to the hospital. It didn't come on day 13.
Yeah.
But it wasn't painful, but it was super heavy. Out of those 12 days, it was heavy for like 9 of them. Crazy. And then my mom said, I told you yours was supposed to come early. I think a lot has come because it had delayed. I was like, that does not make
That's not
sense.
science.
That's not science. Yeah.
So how about the next period? Was it
And,
also 2 weeks? Close to 2 weeks?
I feel like for like those first few years from like P7 back until like S3, no, after the 12 day, it now stabilized at like 7 days. And it was 7 days every month. And it was this thing of...
Okay, 7 days is
exactly.
still more.
That's hella long. And I thought, because my mom said, oh, you know, there are people who have, especially when you're starting, there are people who have like 12 days and then they'll have like a gap of 3 months. I'm 27 now.
Yeah.
We're waiting for
Never.
that gap. Just never comes in.
You know, I honestly thought that the average like bleeding length was like 3 days.
People do
It
have
was
3
only
days.
like in the past 2 years that people used to tell me, man, mine is 10 days. What I'd be like, huh? That, don't you guys get anemic? Like, don't you feel
I thought
lightheaded?
we were going to have this conversation in Women's Month.
But-
I'm a bit caught by surprise, bro, but I'm enjoying it.
We shall also have it.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like lightheaded from...
Me, I don't.
Hey.
If anything, I'm one of those people because of having like a long, like a week, 7 days. But sometimes you just want to do shit. You like as in. So I'd be there and I want to donate blood. And they're telling you if you're on your period, da da da.
Yeah,
and then when
it's
you
not
go to donate
advisable.
blood, they do that test.
Oh, that can drop sinking
Yeah,
and
like
stuff. Yeah.
I've forgotten if your blood sinks, you
can donate.
can donate
Yeah.
because what you have enough, something like that. Every time I've gone, I have gone right in the middle of my period on the heaviest of days.
And it has sunk.
I've always had enough.
I have a dumb question.
Yeah,
I thought it's the egg which is being ejected.
the egg is being ejected. But
How
as
is it,
the-
like,
as the
connected
egg
to
is
your
being
blood?
Ejected, the uterine lining,
Yeah.
the lining of your uterus is being shed, and it comes out with
Blood.
some blood.
what did you think the egg was? You thought that blood was just the egg?
And it's something which is like considered to be like a foreign body now. That's why it's being ejected out. So I don't
But
think that
remember
it
the egg-
affects the rest of the blood, which is important for you to even get anemic or whatever.
The egg is smaller than the sperm. Do you know that?
The egg is smaller
Is
than the
it?
sperm, bro.
Egg is
So all those diagrams you'll be seeing.
Bro,
Like
So these guys were cooking, that's all along. Bro, I thought the
It's
egg
not
was like
Billionaires Club.
a massive ball.
I am billionaires. Yeah.
It's like it's tiny.
It's
bro,
so
it's
small,
tiny.
but it's just the lining that has all that blood that comes out. So they come out together.
Yeah.
Damn. I thought it was actually like a chicken egg size.
Oh, no.
A chicken egg. First, hola.
This guy, you copy.
Hold
You
up.
copy.
Honestly,
You copy.
honestly,
So you think chicks be there? Yeah.
the diagrams we saw, like
eggs every
I
month.
told you.
Listen. So
they are laying them in liquid
So-
form. So I mean,
Laying is not.
so how? So you think chicks be there, right? And like she's sitting there, she's on her
Never ever
period.
calling them chicks in this conversation.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
as well.
Okay, so you think women be there and then their period, right? She's sitting next to you. She's menstruating. She's laying an egg, man. She's there.
You
She's
have to be
pretending.
capping.
Kumbe, she's laying.
yo, honestly, guys, you guys may even think that I'm just like capping or whatever.
Yeah.
Me, at one point, I thought like inside the pad, like if you're to look into a used pad, you would notice
Find some
shells.
eggs, yeah.
Shells.
That's how stupid
No.
I was.
Wendy, no.
No, okay, guys.
No, he said
Guys,
was.
I
Oh,
was.
you actually. I think
Yeah.
a
It's
lot of
past
men are
tense.
actually super ignorant about this.
Yeah,
this
that's
stuff.
how. That's what I thought, bro.
Yeah.
Your shells is now.
Don't you think that would hurt a woman?
You know, a shell develops for
cramps.
chicken.
I feel like they should be teaching us.
Hey, man, do you know what I said? I said, don't you think it would hurt? But that explains the cramps.
Oh, wow.
Fair.
No,
But to
no,
be
no.
fair, I don't
A
know what
human-
causes cramps.
A human
fair,
egg
bro,
is
that's so dumb.
much larger than a sperm cell. Like the human egg is about 100 micrometers, so 0.1 in diameter, making it one of the largest cells in the human body. It is just barely visible to the naked eye. While the sperm cell is about 5 micrometers, so 0.005.
That makes sense.
Well, the egg is 0.1, the sperm is 0.005 in head size with a tail that can be up to 0.05 millimeters long. Why is the egg bigger? It contains all the nutrients and cellular components needed to support early
Why did
embryo
that TikTok guy cook us?
development.
I was cooking.
So that chick actually
Okay.
cooked us.
Sperm, on the other hand, is streamlined for mobility, carrying only genetic material in its tiny head while using its tail to swim. So while
that
sperm
makes so
and
much
mob
sense.
are more numerous, the egg is much larger and designed to nurture the embryo.
You guys,
Because can you enter something that's smaller than
That's
you?
But they
Sperm.
said it's barely visible to a human eye. The egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, the egg
Until
is
the
still
sperm
tiny.
is smaller than that, barely visible
Yeah.
to the human eye
Yes,
thing.
yes, yes.
Meaning
And then
for
also
it,
remember the
the
sperm,
sperm
like-
has the eyes to see it because they're of
For
the
me,
same
I-
size.
This is going to be a wild way to. I mean, it's too early in the show for me.
And also, it's like, bro,
Remind me at the end.
it's more like the game of that. Bro, how can you throw to a bullseye which is smaller than
Yeah,
the
it didn't
dart?
make sense to me, man. Like
That's true.
when they said the
That's
sperm
impossible.
fertilizes the egg, how? If it's smaller.
You need some surface
makes
area.
When things were the
Tuesday.
same, but two sperms that fertilize the same egg, like.
You know,
Yeah, now what? They
Wow.
just bang each other.
Yeah, uh-huh.
you guys,
Nah.
do you know how many sperm are released in each ejaculation?
That's
Is it
a
like
million.
500 billion?
500
Something
M.
like that?
40 m to between 40 m and 600 m.
600 M. I thought it was in the billions, actually. Guys be naughty.
Bro, that's crazy work.
Did you guys see this guy from the 20v one?
Which means guys
Like, do you have any
working
kids? This guy was like, they're in liquid
Our
form.
guys working overtime.
Guys. Welcome back to.
Of just podcast.
I think we went a bit too overboard with that. With that,
We began from milk.
we went a bit too overboard.
All we know is you don't like milk.
Yeah. Welcome back. I'm Melvin,
Sydney.
Wendy.
Casper.
and this is episode 100 and what?
Have 130.
130 something, bro. And I like that. You guys check. Today is Tuesday, the 18th of February. Valentine's week ended and we all came out in one piece.
This is episode 134.
134?
5.
That was my number in all level.
We're getting close to that 150.
I do feel like we hit 100 sometime back.
I have too many
Yeah,
Patreon
Patreon
episodes.
episodes.
Yeah, like, but
Patreon,
YouTube,
Patreon.
episode 134.
You realize the year is just 50 episodes.
That's true.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
How you guys feeling, man?
Having the most exhausting week, bro. I won't lie. I'll tell you guys later. On another day.
I've
Like,
been-
let's first
them.
game. You
Ask all the
know.
audience.
Them.
Oh, the audience?
Where-
But I'm just having
okay.
the
Yeah.
busiest week.
Okay.
So, yeah, man. I probably look exhausted. Slept at 6 a.m. the past 2 days. To be fair, the weekend was because of the All-Star weekend. But yesterday it was work, man. And, yeah, quite tired, but such is life.
Nice. Yeah, bro, me, I'm good as well.
Why
I don't-
you...
I went home to change.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
I had to take a. You know what?
Courtesy of the milk thingy.
Yeah, so after that I had no choice.
Everybody was
Might as well
still not
just change.
tolerating.
Yeah. No, it wasn't
So,
tolerated.
let me ask. I'm sorry to take you back. You can drink yogurt.
Yeah, but I take the probiotic.
Okay,
It's not really the creamy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You can't go to Hero right now, man.
What, they only have milky things?
Nah, the outfit.
Hey, like this. No, I can't go to Hero, bro. I can't go to Hero. Yeah, man, but I'm having a decent week besides the milk thing. Last week was a bit. Last week was actually kind of a tough week for me, bro. But the weekend was very grounding. Friday, remember after the pod, we went to Yummy and had sorbets. Like a mango sorbet has been on my mind. I must go back. Actually, I think I'm going to go back and get the mango and the passion.
Okay, let me say this. For the milk drinkers,
Yeah.
just get normal ice cream. Like, for the non-milk drinker that he is, it was like, wow. But for me, who can take ice cream, it was like, aight.
You prefer?
It wasn't trash, it was aight.
Wait, are you also lactose intolerant?
It was me.
Not.
Okay.
So
Oh,
you prefer
but when I
the
go-
milky one? Eh?
When I go prolonged periods of time, there's a period of time in uni when I was like on an intense diet, so I didn't take milk like for a year. When I came back,
Go bed you.
go bed me, but I forced. Now I'm back.
That's
You
nuts.
count as a musheshe.
No, I don't count as amsheshe.
That's so funny. But anyways, yeah. So
Musheshe to be like
Friday we did the sorbet thing. After that, I went straight home. Saturday, as planned, had an edible. So I had a lovely Saturday, like morning into afternoon.
And you stay awake.
Yeah, bro, I was just chilling. I was watching shows. I touched on a bunch of shows. Episode 1s of a bunch of shows.
Which ones?
Lincoln Lawyer season.
Oh, we are good. Oh, do we have a what are we watching? We'll go there.
Yeah, we have a what are we
but
Yes,
guess
we'll
watching?
go there.
Okay, I
We'll
guess
go there,
yeah,
we'll
we'll
go
talk about
there.
it later.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, but I touched on a bunch of episode 1s. Also, I finished Ozark season 3, so that was dope. Then in the afternoon on Sato, I went to this place in Muyenga called Clark University. They have like a rock climbing place behind there. Brother,
I
that
think
was
it's
an experience.
exhausting.
Have you been before?
I have like
Oh
twice.
my God, bro. That thing was an experience, bro.
it
That
a-
might be like the most, all jokes aside, that might be like the most rewarding, like, exercising experience that I've had in the last, like,
What are you trying to get rid of this weekend?
what was I trying to get rid of?
Yes.
You
You were so
rough week.
All of
active
these things seem like I
this
was
weekend.
kidding.
Yeah.
Bro, this year on the weekends, I've been having very active weekends. I'm trying not to.
You do know that Melvin is an active boy, yeah?
But this weekend he went an
Boy,
extra
please.
mile.
Yeah, but there was a year when I was spending a lot of time in a house,
Last year.
in bed. Like my weekends were about just being in bed.
Actually-
So this year I'm trying to have more active rest.
It's
So
been
I'm
like
trying
the
to do
past 2
things.
years.
Yeah.
The past
I
2 years.
agree.
You've been
I agree.
home.
But I think your natural, despite like the aura you give off, or very like mellow and whatnot, I think your natural inclination is you like activities.
I think I'm happiest when I'm doing activities.
Yes, you
So
like
if you went
activities.
on a trip, you'd meet those guys who are just like in
No.
activities.
But I need an activity day.
One day like so.
Yeah.
Fair
Or like we can spread the activities around, but I don't need to do them every day.
I know. I also don't think because there's the guys you're describing. They're those where activities are their personality.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
If those
think
people
it's
plan
their
the trip, good luck.
Yeah, no, I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
But this thing here, man, it was, first of all, I think that I didn't have a full grasp of what the difficulty of this thing would be. But when we got there, I'm not going to say too much about the service, but I'll just say it wasn't the greatest.
I hear you.
So we stood there for a while waiting to be assisted. But I was watching these other guys on what they were doing. I was like, yo, how am I going to do this thing exactly? It is, bruh, it looks hard.
You
as
guys
hell.
need to understand, yeah, just to give you scale. That wall, I don't know if it's still the same because I last went there
definitely
like
the same.
2022.
It's definitely the same.
When I went, that wall vertically is from like here to the gate. That's vertical.
It's quite tall, bro.
Eh.
It's quite tall.
It's tall.
It's quite tall, but you see, there are different routes.
Yeah, so like I think there are three.
So, no,
They're more
there are
now.
like 7, 8, bro.
Yeah.
But there are so many different routes, and they are organized in terms of difficulty. So there's the easier route that you start on.
So which one did you do?
So we started on an easy one.
Oh, it's kind of like
Can I show you
procedural.
that easy route was not easy. It was not easy. We did it quick, but it was daunting to do. Like they're telling you, put your leg here, now grab here, now.
How are your shoulders?
Shoulders were not too bad. Fingers and what's this muscle here?
You need to
called?
have grip strength.
What's this muscle here? This muscle here.
remember,
That, okay.
remember when I told you need to start doing this shit
I
like
might need to start doing that thing.
that? You hold the weight
This
and
kind
you.
of thing here.
Yeah.
Okay. Just know that like the muscles that were aching were not the muscles that ache when you go to the gym.
syndrome.
Yeah.
It was not the regular muscles. It's small wood things. My thumb, my wrist, my it was. Bruh,
But
it
you
was
remember
something.
how we're talking about actually on Friday, day prior, how we're talking about the different types of strengths of a bodybuilder and a
Oh, versus the
mountain
rock.
climber.
Yeah.
And that video that we saw where the mountain climber could lift all the things that not all, most of the things that
Wasn't it all?
that the bodybuilder could, but the bodybuilder couldn't do the things that the
they
mountain
could,
climber
yes,
could
I
do.
remember that one.
Yeah.
Mountain
It was
climbing,
definitely-
isn't it more on the side of being able to carry your own weight?
You would think that it's not about that, bro.
There's a lot.
It's not about that.
What?
Like lot. First of all, it has a lot to do with balance. It is.
Does it
honestly,
require a lot
it's
of core
most
strength?
It's mostly mental.
It
It is mostly mental. It's mostly
Yeah.
believing I'm going to stretch it to reach this thing, and I'm not going to fall down, and I'm not going to slip. I'm not going to get like.
and
guys,
you know, the time we were climbing, the
Do
mental
your
thing
hands
was.
get sweaty and
yes,
make you
yeah, but they
slide?
you
can't.
chalk.
Was it hot when you went? Because I remember the rock
No, it was
burnt
in a
us.
shadow. It was in a shadow.
Yeah, now us when we went.
And there are some hard
thing,
guys.
The rock burns you, man.
there were
Because the
guys
sun
there.
has been.
No, I mean the hard guys who
killing.
decide to just climb it without the rope, being tethered on the rope.
People,
Those
people do that,
guys-
but not here. It's not.
I didn't see
it's
any of
not
those
allowed.
guys this time, and I'll tell you. For me, personally, I'm afraid of heights. So the climb was scary. The descent. But just know by the time I got down from the easy one, my heart was pumping.
And I'll
My
tell
heart
you,
was throbbing.
the mental thing you
Because
say
of
is so true. Eh?
exerting yourself or because of your fear
Because
of
of the
heights?
coming down.
Uh,
They're telling you, just lean back. And we'll let go of that. Yeah, let go.
oh, wait.
You're tethered.
You're tethered, but
Yeah.
like that feeling of like being freely suspended.
No, you're not freely suspended. You're supposed to be bouncing off the
Yeah,
rope.
bouncing
like
off
that.
the-
What is it called? Propelling?
Propelling.
No.
Propelling
Yes,
is
propelling
pushing
is a
yourself
spinning thing.
forward.
Or
It's
anyway,
like rappelling or something like that.
that feeling, like made you feel like
Yeah, because I'm scared of
Yeah,
heights. So even just looking down, come down, I'm looking at guys, I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, relax.
Yeah. So that was the first one. Now the second one that I did, the second like route that I did was an intermediary route. So not the hardest one, but
But
not
not
an
the-
easy one necessarily. So this one I was moving because I had now is a confidence from the first one. Poop, 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 poop. Then I go to Agua and they told me, man, the only hard part is that part in the middle. If you pass that part, you're good. I got to that part. Guys, I tried that part and tried it until I gave up. Like, I tried it, then I gave up.
Like, is the thing to grab too far away? What is it?
It was, so on this one, what you're supposed to grab is a downward facing ledge. So as opposed to grabbing it like this, you're supposed to grab it from under like this with your thumb. That thing plummy. And then after you grab it, you're supposed to step on something and like lift yourself and then grab something else. Now the problem is the thing that you're lifting. I wish I could stand up and show you guys, but just picture you're like in this position, right? Like why you're stepping is here. Eh? Then the guy says, "Okay, now push yourself up." Push myself up. How? I can't, bro. Like, I'm fully extended, first of all. And all the pressure is here on my pelvis.
Yeah.
I don't have, logically thinking, I don't have enough strength to just push myself off that leg and grab.
Yeah.
What you're supposed to do is swing. They tell you, no, now just swing all your weight onto your right leg. The body will follow. The
It's
body
like
will
in your
follow.
dreams.
Brother, I'm how many feet off the ground. I'm not going to just swing my weight.
Could your friend do it? The person you went
So
with?
what happened was, I came down after trying for like 20 something minutes. I come back down. 20 something minutes. In that one go,
Yeah.
not the full climb. I come back down, and they're like, okay, let's show you. So the guy I'd gone with, he tries. So he also first reaches, I'd go neshes. Then he does it, but he's taller.
Yeah.
So taller guys have a slight advantage, not a great one, but a slight one. Then after he did it, another guy who was kind of like giving me the advice does it, and he's the one who showed me like the proper technique. So after that, I went again.
You did it.
I did it. Yeah, this one was taller though, so like after doing it, I still had to climb until I reached the top. By the time I did that second, I was like, bro, this is enough for me. I'll come back. I'll come back again, bro. But this is enough for me today.
I'll tell you this: the time I went, now as there was a part where you literally had to jump.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys did it.
Jump?
Yeah, like from one side to the other. They might have changed the route, but it's literally like skipping from here to like where that thing is. But you know, in rock climbing, that's mob, bro.
That's mob.
So you literally have to skip and grab. But remember, you
What do you
tethered
grab it?
at one of those ledges again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you, you're saying it's core strength, eh? I feel like you might have to have a bit of a core, but your back strength better be there. Your back strength and your legs, those two. Arms as well.
So
Because I remember we went with a bunch of like ladies and they kept saying, bro, the arm thing.
brother.
But you know what's funny is they told us that when men come for this thing, they think it's about like pulling themselves up,
Yeah.
like just using mad strength, what.
It's not.
But they're telling us, bro, it's actually mostly the legs.
Your legs.
It's about
walk.
like finding where to step and pushing off that thing.
Yeah.
And just because all you need to do is push and hold the next thing. After you've held the next thing, you, with your legs, like you make small steps until you're able to like
Push
stand
again.
on the next thing and then.
Because I remember the
But
first
that
time I
still
did it.
requires, because when you're doing those little steps with your legs, it's your hands holding onto.
Yeah, but they only need to hold. They don't need to pull.
But
Yeah.
remember, again, this guy was explaining that the reason that's why it was hard for the ladies that we went with was there's also grip strength as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, you're not pulling yourself up.
Yeah,
with
it's
your-
not like pulling,
You're
like
being. Remember, you have the what do you call
The
it?
harness.
The harness. You're harnessed.
Yeah.
So there's a counterweight down there. So when you've made an advancement, the counterweight will not let you come down. They are supporting you. So as you advance, they're also pulling you upwards. You know what I mean?
But
so
I'll
there's
tell
some
you this.
guys there's a support,
All those advantages, you have to work, bro.
and you have to trust that they're there.
So okay, let
You
me
have to
ask.
work.
Knowing what you know now, is it gonna change the way you train? You know how like there are those guys who say, "Oh, me, I don't just train able to look a certain type of way. I train so that my body is able to move in a certain type of way."
I'm sure there's like believe me, the whole weekend after that thing, I was tempted to go and be like, how do climbers train?
Yeah.
But I think I want to like gain the strength in those things by climbing more. So I think I'll just like incorporate it in like the things that I do. But I'm definitely going
But
back.
there's
'Cause,
also
like the
exercises
feeling-
for that in the gym.
I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
But the feeling when you get to the top, bro, it's worth it.
Rewarding.
It's
yeah.
worth the struggle, bro. Like it is worth that. Guys, it's a mental battle. Like, do you know how many times you want to quit? In the middle, you're like, guys, I can't. First of all, there's people down there. Guys are watching you. You feel like guys are like, but bro, it's just you and that rock.
And you see, the thing is,
They
it's
be
easier to
cheering.
actually let go because you
Guys
won't
be cheering,
die.
guys be advising, no, put your leg here. No, further right, further up. You see that cut thing there? Put your leg. Guys are so supportive.
I guys be shouting.
Guys are so supportive, bro.
Yeah.
It looks like such a nice community, man.
What an
And they go
experience.
climbing in many different places. And it's relatively safe because you're always harnessed.
Are there
I'll never do
questions?
that. I'll never do. I don't just aspire to ever do the free climbing shit. I'll never ever do
So
that.
you trust the rope?
No, the harness is actually very cool.
The harness is strong.
Let me tell you, it held
Fine,
me.
the harness can be
And I'm
strong.
like 100
Though,
kgs.
is the rope like? Are you
rope is
trusting
also
fully the
power.
rope?
Yes, yes.
The rope
yes,
is
yes,
cool.
yes. The rope is strong. Boy, when you see
Yeah.
that rope,
That rope is
You're like-
thick as
It's a
hell,
strong
bro.
rope.
Don't think it's this cable.
don't think it's that shit where you see it. Oh my god, it's tearing right, like that, like that size.
That's a movie thing. This
No,
thing
no,
is
that's
strong, bro. It's
Interesting.
thick.
yeah. And you'll
But-
see bigger guys climbing. You'll see like
I'm not the biggest guy that has climbed, so.
Interesting.
But
May
I
climb on the one which is
100%
almost
recommend that.
getting like.
Anyone who wants to
Ton.
go and have like an internal battle with their brain and see how far they can push when their brain is telling them don't go any further.
I speak for many
do
of us when we say life as it is an internal battle. Like
Fair.
I'm fighting as I
play.
speak. So
I remember the
Wouldn't
day I
do it.
You're
left.
climbing your personal rock.
I'm climbing my own personal rock. I'm
I
not
remember
reaching.
The day I
So-
left, the butterfly things on the back
Yeah.
were in pain, bro.
Yeah.
Just because of the position you be in. Like, you're like a spider the entire time. Your arms are open, your legs are open. Like, man.
Anyway, that was my sato, man. I had a really nice sato. After that, me and my guy went and grabbed shawarmas from that car place. Remember I called
Juicy
you?
wrap?
Yeah.
How were they?
Meh. Yeah, meh.
Which one do you have?
I think it's actually called the juicy wrap. One with mob things.
You're supposed to have the mixed wrap.
That's one
that's
like
the
chicken
one.
and chicken and
That's the one. With chili. You specify with chili.
chili. I didn't know that. Yeah, then we went to my house and watched episode 1 of that show we talked about.
Apple cider
Apple cider
vinegar.
vinegar. Then Sunday, woke up and went to. Yeah, this Sunday I went to my dad's gym, bro. I went to my dad's gym.
Was it the swimming day?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to my dad's gym. I went to the gym first. Hey, I met Windek. I met Windek. Oh, I was supposed to explain why the pod came out late. Windek will explain why he was on Friday. But long story short, we weren't able to transfer the pod on time. So we transferred it on Sunday.
Go TMI.
TMI. And he'll explain it.
You guys didn't talk about it, so
Oh, we
Let's
talked
keep
about
it.
Waiting for your turn.
Let's keep it there.
The patrons
wait a
already
minute.
know that you're involved. So you can as well just give him the jazz.
So anyways, we only were able to give Windek the pod to edit on Sunday morning. So he was done editing it by Sunday. That's why the pod came out yesterday. Yeah, but went to my dad's gym. It was a gym at Sheraton. And I'm not going to lie, man. I need to level up a bit. Shit was sweet there, man. You know, I've been going to that gym since I was a boy. Maybe not a boy, but since I was like a teenager. Because my dad only started going there like when we were teenagers. And I always went to the pool. And I would go to his, like, to the health club when he would, like, get me in. But this time I went there and I went to the gym. like the amenities. Now why in the ghetto, bro? With Agua.
Yeah.
Granted, it costs literally exactly 10 times more than Agua costs. But nah, like I was there and I was like, bro, I think I deserve this, bro. Like I deserve this life.
I'll tell you this.
To me, it looked kind of
If
small.
you like, if you like
The gym.
The gym? That's not the gym.
I don't know. Do they have
you just
multiple
snap the
gyms?
pool.
The gym it's not a massive gym, but it's well equipped and it's nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
If you go to a nice gym, that looking back is the problem. Looking back
Nah,
is
like being
like the
like
only
the-
thing taking you back is the dime. That's it.
Being in the locker room and like the steam is right there, the sauna is there, like
Bruh,
then
I
you
won't
go up
lie.
and just use the pool and then like
When I started going to my gym,
I
yeah,
was like,
Hey,
damn.
all
I
that
went
is
back
on the
to my
same
old gym
Can't
where
even
you
bill.
shower at my current gym.
No,
Why you
all
have
that
to
was on
watch
the
your
same
man?
bill.
Shower there, bro. Yeah, same bill for everything, bro.
because my gym, you know, those lockers with the buttons and the cord and everything.
Yes.
Bruh, my old gym, man, you have to watch your bag every 2 minutes, man. To make sure it hasn't disappeared. I hear you on that one.
As we literally don't even go to the gym with bags, bro. Bags for what, bro? I'm not going to use this bag.
Like we go train and
I
leave.
just go as I am, man.
Our gym has on that money.
Auntie,
has
for you
sauna,
have an option of a
steam
way.
bath, pool,
Yeah.
gym.
Yeah.
You need a bag, bro.
Yeah.
You need a bag.
I went with 2 bags for this one. Yeah. Anyway, man. So Sunday was wonderful, bro. After that, we had a meeting. After that day. Yeah, and then, man, the week began, man. But I had a wonderful weekend, to say the least. I'm very satisfied with my weekend. I hope I may have more like that this year. Yeah.
The milk is the only one that's killing you jobs right now.
Yeah. Then the milk. Yeah. But that's okay.
If you guys see a cut during the pod,
Yeah. Just know what had to.
He's not tolerating.
Casper,
What?
how was your weekend?
I have nothing to report. My weekend was very bland. I watched a lot of TV. And yeah, nothing to report. Although, nah, this isn't for jazz. It's actually nothing eventful happened. It's just I just had a thought, but nothing eventful happened. I just watched a lot of TV and yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Windick.
Honestly, after telling you how my
Aside
weekend
from
was,
Valentine's
I don't
Day.
know where this leaves me.
Have
as
you
far
noticed
as
small thing? Have you guys noticed that there are people who say Valentine's
Yes.
Day?
it's a thing.
How is it a thing?
Like time.
Valentine's.
It became it became a thing like 3 years
I
back.
kind of like it.
You like
Valentine's.
it?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know.
It's for some people it might not be intentional, but for a lot it's intentional.
Okay, so
Yeah.
when they start with Valentine's and
guys,
proceed.
for a guy who's not yet in a committed relationship, it's so. I feel like it doesn't put me in a good spot talking about how my weekend was.
Why?
You give
Why?
us the
Because like there is a lot of shit to share, which I
Don't
would
name
consider to be
names.
TMI.
Don't name names. Just say I went for this
Yeah, you can-
We're not
concert.
telling you to tell us how you
I went
climbed
for this
the rock,
concert. It
bro.
was
yeah,
fire.
We don't have to say, but I went with so and so and she
Yeah.
did
Okay.
this to me and
Okay, yeah, I went to the concert, which was at Serena, the Nava Grey concert on the Valentine's Day.
I had negative things, but you first judge us.
Yeah, it was fire, though we spent a lot of time outside, so we didn't watch most of the good stuff. And then that's about it. And then after that, we went to Leboti. I liked the decor; it was well decorated.
At what time?
I went there like at 1.
nothing happened for you at Meraki and Leboti.
Man,
Oh,
guys are
you-
calling us.
After
even
Meraki,
mention
you
them.
went
Yeah.
to the boutique.
As we went for
And
Sobeys
Silo.
and went home. Him
Yeah,
we went
after-
to Meraki and
Listen,
then Leboti.
after
and then-
Sobeys, we went home and I think I slept immediately.
Me too. Me too.
Meraki Leboti Silo.
At what time were you at Leboti?
Probably I left like at 1:30.
You're a
1:30.
active boy.
That is
probably-
literally like he was here, then he went there, then he came back here.
Listen,
That is crazy.
you're active. Like Lebotis were Kololo.
Yeah.
So we left here. You went to Bogos, came back to Kololo, went back to Bogos.
Nuts.
You're active.
He's a vibe hunter.
Man,
The boys were weeping.
Kavenja.
The boys were weeping. What could I do? You just enter that car and boom.
Yeah.
If they'd said ginger, I would have gone.
so let me ask, on those nights, yeah, I think sometimes like I've reached a certain age where there's nothing you can tell me. There's nothing that's so fun at the third location that's getting me to a third location.
Yeah, see, abundance mindset.
I don't feel like
But you see, me, because I believe in abundance mindset,
Yeah.
I believe there'll be,
Low-key.
yeah,
Nah,
I
let
believe
me-
there'll
let
be
me not lie.
another night.
Let me
I go
explain
home.
it.
actually for the third
Let me
venue to
explain
make
it.
sense, the second venue has to suck.
Let me
Now, if the second venue sucks,
I'm not going
I'm
anywhere else.
home.
let me explain
Really?
it this way.
I'm home.
For me, the
was
first
a
venue is
night
like pre-gaming.
where, first of all, I feel like there was a union outside of Valentine's that was having a good time. Does that make sense? And these guys are like, bruh, as we're not on dates. There was a cello match, which is why we went to Leboti. Let's go watch football, have a good time. After that, Meraki was literally just like, hey, game night, let's pass by, walk on. Then we go to Leboti, watch the match. After the match, go to Silo, have a good time. Basically, it was just me and the boys.
Because actually, people
Not
actually
vibe
went
hunting,
there.
It's just like we are chilling
Just
and
having
having a good time.
Valentine's.
Sit down.
Yeah, man, relax.
Sit down. Sit down. People were actually there on the game for the game night.
Yeah, people were there. People were there.
But I thought guys would be like somewhere else because
Hey, you think guys are?
You think guys are in relationship?
Bro, imagine being at Meraki game night with your chick on Valentine's.
That's
Day.
so weak.
Brother.
wow.
Tell me you hate
I didn't
me.
be looking at you like this.
Like-
Now you look at guy, you're like, man, this guy hates this.
Nah, this weekend we met all the single guys in one night, and it was just like a good time. So I don't know. For me, it's not like first location good vibe, second location has to be better, third location has to be better. It's just like, yo man, guys having a good time. Where the vibe is, the vibe is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was Friday. Then Saturday. Actually, I was indoors the whole Saturday. I was watching a bunch of movies. The movie I told you about, The Words, and also Bad Words. Actually, all the movies which I watched, they are having words somewhere. Because like when you're searching, when you put a keyword, it brings a
So
bunch
you
of
watch
movies.
multiple movies
Yeah.
in one day.
You don't do
guys
that.
it?
I do that. I'm not a. I told you I prefer shows to movies, but when I decide to watch movies, I'll line up a bunch and it will be a movie day. I can watch
Yeah.
like 10 in a day.
I can't. I just physically I cannot.
Actually, I enjoy a movie when I just get it
Bound to fall
randomly.
asleep.
Unlike this one, which I like someone recommends and then I go watch. I don't really
Even
enjoy
this
it that
Captain
much.
America, I'm saying I want to go and watch. Midday. Midday. I'll be in there with all the kids, bro. I can't risk.
I have no gas for that.
I can't risk doing a late night. I can't even risk a 7 p.m. bro.
There's a time. Why did I go on a Monday? I don't remember. But there's a time I had errands to run in Kisementi. This was like a couple of years ago. I had errands to run in Kisementi and I was done running my errands by 10 a.m. Right? I promise you. The first movie shows at what time? 11?
Midday.
Midday.
11 if it's long, but most times midday.
As in that cinema
30.
at 11. It was very enjoyable. It was a very enjoyable experience. It was empty. I put my handbag on like my left side. I think I had a bag because I bought something from like the mall.
Which movie was it?
I don't even remember the movie, but just the experience of being in the cinema alone, being tended to alone, like even at the counters, and it was during the school going term, so even kids were not around.
Yeah.
It was a very unique experience. I
Let me
liked
tell
it.
you.
Actually, I like
Guys,
that
I
thing.
like
Like going to
the
the cinema when
cinema
they're
is
like it's
fire.
empty. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I like
I
that.
liked
But I don't know
Let me tell
how.
you, the number of times I
How
go
do
for
you
movie
like get into
and
it?
I buy a ticket
What do
and
you
they tell me, bro,
Like, do you go when there are no guys,
sit where you want.
Like,
or like you book?
no, you go for the first showing on a weekday. People are at work
Yeah.
and
But I won't lie.
Smart. I think
kids
I
are
might
at
do that.
school.
It
Yeah,
depends
that's a
on the movie.
good
Even the
thing.
7 p.m.
It was the last Fast and Furious movie.
But even like the
You have the
7 p.m.
whole
movies, I
cinema to
promise
I had
you,
the
Yourself.
I was the only person in the room.
like a week
That's
or
hard.
two after the movies has been released, many times it will be empty. Many times, of course, not Captain America. It's opening weekend, blah blah blah. But if you were to go for like Moana now, that thing will be empty.
I'm curious.
Captain America, if I go in the middle of a Monday,
You will
11
find
a.m.
it
Monday,
empty. You will find it empty.
I
Yeah.
think I'll be able to enjoy
I'm
it.
curious. Like when there are no people inside, do they still show it?
Yeah, they do.
Brother,
They do.
if
I'll
you
show
go
you,
and
I'll
pay
show
your boot dimes, even though you're going on a Monday it's how much? Was it 13,
12.
12 or something?
Yeah.
They will switch on that film and you'll
No,
watch
I'm
it.
meaning when it's empty.
Yes.
They have to show
They- I
it.
think
showing
they
is
do.
a showing.
A showing
legal.
is a
They have to
showing.
show it.
What?
Yeah.
Because
Hey, some
imagine,
contract jazz, yeah.
imagine someone
No,
comes.
but it's like, I don't know if it's a
but I think
contract.
It's empty now. It's anything.
No, they actually show it.
Maybe
But
they just show when
they
they're
show it.
expecting someone to come.
Let me explain how.
So I'm
There's-
asking, so you're trying to say guys are saying they don't show. So if they say a showing is 11 and I show up at 11:15,
Yeah,
you think they'll
they
switch it
have
on
to
for me
show
at
it.
11:15? No,
I do
They have
it
to
will
show
have
it.
been. It should have
If I
been
booked my
running.
showing, yeah.
Yeah, for 15
And I've come
minutes.
slightly late. I expect my movie to be playing.
First
no,
booking.
first release booking.
I just
Just
come late.
randomly
I'm
enter.
telling you guys, there's a day I went for Werewolves, but I entered Werewolves. I was like, bro, this is not the movie I want to see. I go back down and I'm like, bro, can you switch for me? It's like, bro, the movie you want to go for, there is no one in. It's how you go. You don't even have to pay for a new ticket. Just like
Go to a different like.
I went, the
room,
movie
different
was
cinema.
cinema. I was one guy.
And I'm going to tell you that day, I can't lie, that day I was like, when I finished, I was like, because I had nothing to do the whole day. I said, why don't I just cross into? Who's going to stop me? As in,
Yeah.
That's
'cause
actually
even
a
the
good
guys
date
to
thing.
check, literally nobody's on you because
Yeah.
you're alone in the whole establishment.
I
Yeah,
think
guys have
that it
cut
would
two
be a
movies
good
back to
date
back,
thing.
man. Like
That
4
what?
p.m., 7
It would be a
p.m.
good date plot
To do what?
to be in the cinema alone
Yeah. But
with
what
a
are the-
thing, of course.
What are the odds of the two of you being free on a Monday at that time?
You can make it
Well,
work.
for us, we
You can
we're
make
not
it
9 to 5
I
workers,
think,
so
like, think of the things who I'd be able to do that with. Think of like one thing. Okay.
Okay.
That's the one.
That's one I should go.
Yeah.
Anyway. What's next?
Yeah, man.
has Sido
Let's do some
shared?
topics, bro.
Anyway,
Let's do some topics. Where do you want to start, bro? Where do you want to start?
Where do you want to start?
Funny thing, actually, I put a bunch of topics in this thing. I didn't read a thing about them. So that was not going to discuss.
Your topics were milk.
We are going to jazz.
Was that my only topic?
Drake's album.
Yes. I think I put Kizza B, Ssemakadde.
Yes, you did.
Ssemakadde.
Yeah. Kizza B, I just said prayers, Kizza B.
Prayers,
Thank you for pushing.
man.
There's
And so-
been protests in town today over
Is
Kizza B.
it?
Not just in this town, multiple towns over the Kizza B situation.
Multiple towns in Uganda or
Uganda, yes.
Uh,
Uganda.
what is the exact situation?
Apparently, he was rushed to a hospital.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Why?
Or it's either he was rushed to the hospital or his family is saying he's extremely unwell.
I saw the president also putting out a tweet today morning.
That what?
That's
okay,
what?
my morning, so afternoon. He was talking about, he was asking why people are rebelling when it was a hunger strike that made him sick. Now the prison has like a government hospital. So no one should be worried because even his private doctors have been coming to see
I
him.
saw the name Winnie trending.
Something like that.
Anyway, truly, I'm not on Twitter enough and I don't watch the news enough to give an informed like perspective on this situation. But I just want to remind everyone that I said that these guys are going to turn him into a martyr. That's all I'm gonna say. And it's not, it's a dangerous thing to turn someone into a martyr because like that's how revolutions begin. Bro.
Yeah.
So it's a tricky situation. It's a sensitive situation. But I'm just going to say prayers up because like he is who he is and we wish him the best and we don't want him to die in these circumstances. So prayers to him. I hope he recovers and I hope his situation is resolved. Yeah, that's all I want to say.
Yeah.
Isaac.
I
Isaac Ssemakadde.
prefer not to comment at this time actually
What's
about the Ssemakadde.
After comments,
what's the situation?
There's a few warrants out for his arrest
he was what, found guilty
of contempt.
of contempt of court
Yes.
and sentenced
Yes.
to prison
Yeah.
for 2 years.
What was the
But he has been
sentence?
sentenced by 2 courts.
Sentenced.
Yes, so there are 2 warrants out for him. Similar to the other situation, I also don't have the most information about it, but that's everything that we've said is true.
The sentence is on the contempt of court.
Yes,
Yes.
there've been a lot of like ULS like press releases by him. I haven't really engaged too much with what's going on there. I just feel that it has become a bit. I feel like the amount of news coming out of like him as an individual in his capacity as a law society president has been a bit too much for me. So
You've
I haven't
disengaged.
engaged.
What does that
yeah,
mean?
I haven't like it's something every week.
Like
It's
the
something
news cycle
every week,
doesn't
yes.
game.
And this is not to say that he's doing the wrong thing or the right thing. I just feel that it's moving too quickly for me to keep up. Bro.
Melvin,
Yeah.
Can they actually sentence someone in their absence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Contempt is literally, okay, you guys know the legal term, but in layman's term, you've dodged court.
You've
That.
disobeyed the court.
Yeah. So, you're not there.
Roddy's in the wind,
Wait.
yeah.
So what's dodging court?
You can also be in contempt for that.
Like contempt, there are many things that
Many
fall
ways
under
of-
contempt.
Oh,
Like
I
you
thought
can
contempt
abuse
was
a judge.
dodging.
You can. You've disobeyed. You've disobeyed or
Abusing a judge.
disrespected.
So it's the
The court.
literal term contempt.
Contempt.
Okay,
So very many things fall under the ambit of contempt.
But for him
Can
to
order you
be,
to do something and
You
won't
refuse
do
to do it.
That's
You
okay.
can
What
insult
is-
a judge.
but for him to be in that position, he might have been charged with something else already.
Yes, he could have been charged with a different offense, and then he came to court, and then he didn't show up, or he did something while in court, and then he was found in contempt. Yeah.
What's the thing where a witness doesn't show up? Is that still contempt?
It can also be contempt.
Can also be
If
contempt.
you've been someone.
Yeah, if you've been someone.
So you've disobeyed. So you're in contempt of court.
Yeah, but listen, similar to a Besigye situation, I wish him all the best. I hope he figures it out.
What is it? A thought that's not in any way related to him, but it's just like the time we live in. I think we live in a time where in the news cycle everything has to be black and white.
Yes. Polarizing, bro. Everything is
Yeah.
polarized, bro.
Everything is polarized.
It's this side or that side.
And whatever decision is made or whatever happens, there'll be a side that will be offended and a side that will be cower.
And I think that might be my problem with the news, bro. Because, like, I feel like only the most polarizing individuals make the news, bro.
And okay, yes. What I was trying to say is also they are the ones who get the spotlight,
Yes.
because they are polarizing.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like a loop.
Exactly.
You're polarizing, you're in the news, but you're in the news because you're polarizing.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I tend to, especially depending on where I'm at in life, if I'm not particularly in a good place, I don't engage with the news because there's only so much that I can handle.
Define news. Like news, like national news, or like news where you get your facts from.
International and national political civil discourse, like big important things, like leave like nonsensical, like entertainment,
This guy wore this.
entertainment, pop culture.
Yeah.
No, for me that's entertainment, but political, civil stuff like that.
See, the reason that's why I'm asking is that there's a lot of independent media nowadays, and if anything, this podcast can also be someone's independent
Yes,
media.
that's true.
Yeah.
That is very true. And I do get lots of information from podcasts. But with things happening, current affairs of a political nature, sometimes I'm just not in the headspace to deal with what's happening.
You know something else I think that's occurring
detach.
to me? I think it's a lot easier, and this is not a fully formed thought, so bear with me. I think it might be a lot easier to stay objective when you have less information.
Yes.
Okay, explain
Because
that.
I feel that the way the internet is set up and the way algorithms are set up, if I want to look for information, it's very easy for me to like end up on one side of
Yes.
the news. You know what I mean?
Yes. Because also the people who run the internet have sides.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's super easy for me to end up with one side and then just go on like a confirmation bias. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the more, because of the way like the algorithms are set up,
Yeah.
is that when something piques your interest, that is all you'll see. Like that's all your algo will give you.
Yes.
So it will feed into
Exactly.
It's also like
bias.
the bigger the source, the more it will be in your face.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yet I prefer for like me to stay at arm's length
Of
with what's
everything.
happening and then only like catch wind of the things that have floated to the top.
Yeah.
And whether I'm getting both sides or not, I'm able to like assume what the other side is. You know what I mean? So if I catch
difficult
wind
as
and
well.
people are saying something along the lines of, yo, Dr. Kizza Besigye is sick, he's dying, they're trying to kill him. I'm also able to now just assume that they're going to say, no, actually, this guy is just dying because he has been on a hunger strike for the last this many
I
days.
feel
You
like
know
it
what I mean?
takes a great deal of mental awareness for you to reach that level. Does that make sense?
To reach which level?
The level of saying that, like assuming what the other side does. Because I'll give an example. If you look at our parents, what they get is what they go with, bro.
Yeah.
Unless they've reached a point where they're like,
I keep
okay,
telling you
what's
guys,
on this other side?
every action that Donald Trump takes, stresses my dad out. He's extremely engaged with that situation. Yo, my dad.
I can
my
tell
dad,
you
they said
that.
they found me having breakfast. So I'd woken up earlier than him, so I was having breakfast. He was still like, he had literally just like finished brushing his teeth. He came to me and I was like, but this Elon Musk, isn't he going to make Donald Trump make a mistake? I was like, bro, this is your first thought in the morning. You're extremely concerned about this situation, bro.
Let me tell you how bad it is, yeah? There's this AI model that was built last year that measures, what's it called? Like any piece of news and divides it into left, right, central.
Yes.
Do you know how much money those guys made just from
I can
that?
imagine.
Actually, for
Because
this,
everyone is like, bro, okay, we have this side and that's what we are getting. Now we need to understand what's going on these ends.
I'm not going
for this segment, these guys have to sponsor us.
Yeah, same.
Those guys who are like, who have that thing. Those
Nah,
brand
I
news
paid for it
guys.
sometimes. I paid
They
for
have
it
to
and
sponsor
that
us.
works.
Because
they'll
now
tell you
their app makes
16
sense right here.
resources, Central, 49 right, 20 left. And from the story you can see. Like the headlines, you'll see this headline is a bit more negative than this one.
Yes.
And unfortunately, that's just the reporting we have nowadays.
And it also happens.
And even been
here.
looking at the headlines,
does.
they're
Like
completely
certain
different.
Media houses will report biased on one side. Other media houses
We have a
will
left,
report
right
biased
here.
on another
Oh, we
side.
have like
Yeah.
opposition.
We actually do.
We have state-leaning
Oh, yeah, okay, let's
media.
just say opposition
I
and
will,
state.
I will say popularist and establishment.
Let's just say opposition and state.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so for me, I'm going to be very honest. And there was once in a time when Melvin keeps saying I need to plug out. I feel like I'm really plugged out, you guys. Like, do you know I can be there and the only app I'm scrolling through? There are times when I get off TikTok. Do you know I can chill in my life and I only scroll through Pinterest? Yeah.
TikTok has the most independent media.
But when I say
Yeah.
plug out, I don't mean Mbu, just
You
get
want me
apps. I
off
want you
my
to turn-
phone.
Yeah. Put your phone on the
To
table.
do
face
what?
downwards,
To just
bro.
look and breathe.
Yeah, it's been the real world, bro. Like your ancestors.
But first of all, do you know that I spend most of my time alone?
That is crazy.
Like, let's imagine.
Spend most of your time what?
Let's imagine it's a Saturday. I'm home alone. So I get off my phone. So what do?
Go outside, bro.
Alone.
Yeah.
Okay, like go for a walk. That lasts max 2 hours.
It's not always go for a walk.
Touch
There's shit to
some
do, bro.
grass.
I
There's always
just got-
something to do.
And then I do what?
Well, let me tell you one
There's
thing
some
that getting off
grass.
your
Oh,
phone.
this weekend.
You'll
What did
find something to do.
I read a book this weekend. Right?
What book?
From where?
On my computer.
See what I mean? Guys go to random places and read books. We meet guys here.
So I come here, I pull a book off the kind of.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's literally what people do.
You know what?
Guys do that.
You know what?
But guys,
This Saturday, I'm coming to Cardamom.
You should come to Cardamom twice a week, bro. Do something else.
I come here
you're
to
not allowed
record
there.
a.
Nah.
As if
Go
I come
somewhere
here
else.
to record a
Go
podcast.
somewhere out of your comfort zone, bro.
Like where?
There are other book
I was
cafes.
going to say Sankara, but that's too much.
Nah, Sankara is even dead.
Uh,
There are other book cafes.
The Coterie. You're gonna say that's in Bugolobi.
Even Endiro, I think, is a book cafe, is it not?
Used to
Maybe
be.
not a book cafe, but
Used
it's
to be.
like a, like.
you know what's funny? I also want to get into reading books, but they have a lot of technology around, and the books I want to read, I can't find them in hard copy.
You can't find them in
But
hard copy.
live even
You
like
can.
no. But you see also my problem with
But
hard,
there's a way around it. Buy a paperback thingy. What's it called?
Kindle.
a Kindle.
The Kindle. I was looking for
Kindles
it.
are harder to find than
I wanted to look for to get a
But once you
Kindle,
get
but
one-
it's hard.
How much is a Kindle?
It
And for
depends.
Yeah,
some
it
weird
depends.
reason,
They
they're
don't-
expensive.
It's no longer the Kindle manufacturer selling Kindles. Guys be selling them like second hand.
But please
And they
note,
sell
you're only
them
looking at the
quite
brand.
expensively.
There are so many things like that.
That's true. That's
How
true.
much
many.
is like the way we use Colgate to main toothpaste, right?
It can
How much is that thing,
it
that
can
device
range
used?
from the cheapest I've seen is
250
70
bucks and above.
The most expensive I've seen is like 400.
But you guys, are you dipping that I have my laptop and I have my phone and I can literally
Go with them.
access the book right now?
Yeah, go with them.
So why should I look for a
It
Kindle?
unplugs you from
Fair
the rest
enough.
of the social
But
media
like-
Something
platforms.
you need to know. When I'm on my computer reading a book, I'm only reading a book. Like my
I
phone
know,
is
but
God
you be
knows
needing
where.
a change of environment, bro. Like,
Oh,
you're
so,
reading it
okay.
in
So
a
you
crate.
want me to get my computer? I go somewhere. I
How
sit
do you
and I
fact
read.
you don't go with your computer? Just get a regular book.
Actually, a
and go
computer
somewhere.
is big.
What's
I
the
don't
point
have-
if you're going to be on your computer?
I don't have any physical books right now.
You can get.
Hold up.
Yes.
When I'm not in a drought, I've been in a reading drought. When I'm in a good space, when it's raining, reading for me, I can read a book a day.
Yes.
How much money am I going to spend on books? If I'm reading 2 books every weekend.
You don't need to. I'm not saying that's not the only thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You can
No,
read the
these are
books, you
things
can
I
do other
enjoy.
shit. Yeah.
Things I enjoy that would be a form of plugging out or plugging in. I don't know. I enjoy reading, so what else?
That's what you to do now.
Melvin.
But you can even. I'm not even saying be by yourself necessarily. You can just go with your friend or friends or something and go somewhere random, bro.
Melvin.
Yeah, there's more places in this class opening every week. A new place.
I don't
In
think
Bogos,
so.
Have you ever
are
been
there
to, like,
public
an
libraries
art
in
thing?
Bogos?
That's
Yes.
a thing
Libraries.
to do.
Sankara was a library. African
Was.
library.
Was.
It is, I guess.
It's still there.
but
Yeah.
like
Still there, okay.
it's mostly for things now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like
Sankara
if you
is
have a,
Public libraries in Ebbs.
And Sankara is made especially for that.
Razor.
You're not even allowed to talk in a Sankara library.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah,
Really?
You're not allowed
like
to
an
eat
inside
there.
place.
Not allowed
You're
to.
not
You
allowed
go
to.
there to read.
Interesting. Have I gone to? Yes, I go. Not I go. I have gone for exhibitions.
I think it's
have.
the issue. Guys want to do things, but the one thing we forget is also to plug into a space. Does that make sense? For example, if you like art things, you have to know artists, bro. You have to be plugged into that space. If you like, say, those musical things, you have to know where they're happening.
I knew someone who used to say he was a people watcher.
What's that?
That's my bag, bro.
So he
That's
would
my
go to
bag.
the, like, he could literally go to like a bar or whatever. He buys like a beer, he sits and looks at people.
I don't have to do that alone, though.
I do that a lot.
That's creepy if you do
I
it
also
alone.
don't want to do that alone.
No, I won't lie, I do that a lot.
I don't
But
do it
then if
alone.
I'm doing, I feel like if I do it with, if I go with a friend of mine, like if I go with Melvin, we shall bang, as
Yeah,
we're
like,
not watching, bro. We're jazzing.
I don't see how you guys do it with people. That does not make sense in my
Exactly,
head.
because when you're with someone, we are banging.
Because me, I do it alone and I do it
I don't
well.
want to just go and watch people. I want to watch people and then speak about them and then move on.
No, and let me
To
tell
an
you, he would
extent.
tell you, he would say, he would go to like the neighborhood bar, yeah, alone. He's not planning to meet anyone there. He doesn't know anyone there. He watches people, he interacts with strangers, he starts playing pool with strangers.
That's dope.
After like 3 hours, he goes home.
That's fire.
That's a vibe.
Do you know the place I go to do
I
that?
don't think I have the
Yeah, that's like the TikTok comments where I say, man, not everyone has social anxiety.
brother social anxiety fears you.
Yeah.
I don't
You've seen
think
the things of this guy eats 2 introverts in the morning.
Man,
For breakfast.
I cannot walk into
Yeah.
a space,
Yeah.
right? Interact with strangers,
Yeah.
right? We start playing a game, strangers, and then afterwards I'm like, okay, this has been fun. My mind would be like, one day at my home.
Guys, I'm not going to lie. This year, this pod is about like, it's
Presence.
a holistic pod this year, bro.
Being
We're
around,
preaching
bro.
presence, abundance, bro. Being in touch with nature, being in touch with your environment, like feeling vibes. Now I'm very much a proponent for feeling vibes, bro.
What the
I'm
hell
going to
does
make a
feeling
list
vibes mean?
Of low vibrational and high vibrational places, bro.
There's
What
no
does that
medium.
even mean?
No. Well, it's there where like certain parts of the Goa are a bit low vibes, bro. Then certain parts are. But honestly, there's places that you go to and they are low vibrational spaces, bro.
What is low vibration?
Cardamom and coffee
Uh-huh.
is a high vibrational area, bro.
Do you know what?
Everyone
yeah?
that comes here is like, hey man,
It's
we should make out this
places.
place.
We should
feel."
first
Yeah.
create like a Google form and ask guys.
Yeah.
Guys, give us places,
Yeah.
things you do.
But I've seen, but you see, there are also people who they enjoy low vibrational spaces because they're
I know
also at a very low vibration
Yes.
themselves.
Yeah.
They leave the crib trying to go do some low vibrational
No shit.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you've gone for the. You want to be in a space where everything is dark. You guys are doing suspicious things. The guys are grabbing over. They may steal you. That's the stuff guys be wanting.
But you
That's why
see-
Lugogo Cricket was a low vibrational space. It's a low vibrational
Listen,
space.
the full government has killed me. Will you go cricket over?
It's low vibration.
It is.
They are low vibration. Anyway, this year we're going to educate our audience on just be a.
Guys, this
I feel like especially us being in our 20s, like, and we're at this place where we're not yet in like committed relationships, like you're not married, you don't have kids, so you do have a lot of alone time. So I feel like this year I definitely want to learn how to enjoy my alone time. Like find things I enjoy doing. Like if someone genuinely asked me, tell me about yourself, what do you like to do?
My honest opinion.
you guys, you remember this thing you guys were talking about last week? Like going to a shop, like a bar type shop, and then you drink from there. There is you drink from outside.
We had this conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not like an established bar, but you
On
guys
Patreon,
buy your
actually.
booze and then you sit outside. There is like a spot in Reza, and guys are doing that. Guys come and park their cars. They don't know each other, but the fact that they share the love for booze, it makes them
The Latka one
close.
is nice.
But you see, even sometimes we
Guys
call
were
it like a
just
shared love
actually
for booze.
envied
Yeah.
that.
But truly, that's not what they're
I
there
think it's a
for.
community.
Exactly. Because you can
It's a
booze from home.
You can booze from
Exactly.
home.
What was I going to say? I also think what you said is very key because you said we're in our 20s. You have gum uni, which is probably the most socializing you've done in your life. Bro.
Yeah.
And also before you have, like, say, a family, if you want to be a family person, blah, blah, it's like a transition day. You might have been that guy in campus who was always in his room, but now you're outside with people. Or you're that guy who was outside with people,
But now you're inside.
now you're in like a space where you're like, now I have my circle, and not everyone is in that circle. That learning thing it's a bit of a learning curve, man. And that's how you learn to be around.
Anyway,
Be
to be
around.
continued, but like,
But before we go, I just want to say that when you find yourself in a position, because I don't want to find myself in a position where when you get into something that overruns you, that takes control. Like, for instance, if you get into a serious relationship right now, and then you're like, oh, this is a person I want to marry, whatever. It will become a thing of, because right now, when I tell myself, I'm just at home the whole weekend, it's because my friends didn't have plans. We didn't have plans. So what will happen is when I get into a relationship, when I'm not with my friends, I'm with my person. So what do I do as a human being? Like, what do I like to do as an individual? You end up not having anything to do. The entirety of your life is structured around people.
but also let's make it now like because remember, I think in our what do we call them? Our resolutions. I think a lot of us mentioned shit like being intentional about doing certain things. Brad, we have to be intentional about seeing our bad days, man. I should have only seen each other on birthdays and over someone's parent has passed, over someone, bruh, it's Sato. Let's go do something.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about it on Monday, bruh. This
We'll go
weekend,
and
let's go
swim.
do this thing. Send that thing
Yeah.
to the group.
Yeah.
We go do that thing, bro. It's not that, and most of the things are that cheap. Like this climbing thing we went to do, it was 20 bob to climb. Guys were asking me in my DMs how much. 20 bob, bro.
Sometimes we
Ice
usually
cream is
attach
Ice
a
cream is
huge
nice,
budget.
but ice
We
cream
spent 9K on those things.
Just
Okay, sometimes we usually attach a huge budget on some of the things which we would have done, and it takes away like the whole experience when you guys are only thinking about like this is the amount of money you're supposed to pay, and you're like, I would
I
have
think
gone
that
here, but
stress
then I
you.
don't have the
Yeah.
Let's say we
money.
are going for a picnic. Not we are saying be outside. The budget is 100K each person. You can
From
be
a
like,
shop,
See, even when
in a shop, a beer is 5K. Is it 5K or 3.5? Something like that.
that one is
Sometimes you
depends
can
on
drink
people.
that beer.
These guys judged me from drinking from what are they called? Alcohol stores.
Or you want to come and drink at
alcohol,
Yeah, that's what the
from
judge
the
will
liquor
want.
judge
store.
you asked you if
Liquor
you would go,
store.
you said you wouldn't go. Those places are also low vibration.
If you have your boys and
No,
they
we
can
didn't.
come,
Liquor store
We
guy.
need your-
if you have your boys and they can
your
come and sit at
vibration
a
thermometer.
chair,
Don't
at a
drink
table
outside
there,
shops.
you guys you can just boost from there.
Low vibration environments, bro.
No, why? Why
It
do you
actually
think
is.
this?
Vibrational
People are doing it
environment.
for community.
Let me tell you,
Yes.
there's a place I know.
Nigga.
There's a
You're
place.
in that
You
way,
wouldn't
literally
do
in that
it.
way.
We need your
I mean, I
vibration.
had that feng shui shit where you shouldn't sit in a corridor, but don't sit with your legs facing the window.
We
I
need
feel like something about sitting at the entrance of a shop,
we need the
drink,
vibrational
meter
thermometer.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell
That's
you.
a low vibration
There's a place I know in
environment, bro.
Besigye where it's like a shop with tables outside and there's a chicken guy there.
Resting.
That place
Yeah.
is never empty, bro. Whatever time
You
it
see
is.
But I think every place has the potential to be low or
High or
high.
low? Yes.
I have a friend, right?
Yes.
Actually, a mutual friend of ours. She didn't drink, but when that chick is in the club, the times I've been with that chick in the club, she didn't drink. That chick goes to the club to club. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like her phone is kept. She's dancing. She's
Yes.
singing. She's
Yes,
having
yes.
a time. Leave this shit of you're on your phone. First of all, nobody's texting you. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
No one.
You don't know.
Melvin, what determines
You
the
don't know
place the place's vibration?
It depends. Sometimes it has to do with the people.
Sometimes the place as well.
Because truly, actually, for example, I think Silo is a high vibrational place, but on those crowded nights, it becomes very low vibrational. Any place that you enter and you kind of feel unsafe, feel uncomfortable, you feel like you're there. It feels like you're there by force.
Let's use the perfect example. Cardamom on Tuesday, cardamom on Friday. On a Friday when everyone is here and guys are performing and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a difference in the vibration.
But I think Cardamom is mostly high vibration.
It's mostly high because I've
Even the things they be
literally
doing, man. Like I like that catches event, guys. The guys were happy here, man.
I've literally been here
like
to have
that.
a
So
let me
discussion,
ask
like
you
a
a
class
question.
discussion, and we sat outside and we were discussing something nasty like accounting. It was financial accounting, and we seated outside and we were discussing and we were having coffee and people were having cake and whatever. Like the vibes were just fantastic. We're here from 2 p.m. to 6:30. We went home.
Yeah.
I feel like the vibration inside is different
and
from
low.
that outside. I don't
For
think
me,
it's
that's
the
how I'm
same.
seeing it.
Low
Unless
is,
I've not,
in this context,
I've not got your definition.
low means poor vibrations.
That's what you've been saying the entire time.
Yes. I think you are meaning
You're
low
thinking
vibrational
calm,
means
like
calm,
it's chill or-
serene.
and
No.
Yes, that's
No,
what.
no,
That's
no.
exactly
No.
what I've been
You
thinking.
were
like
saying
it's
poor.
weak,
I-
like I
for
don't wanna
me,
be here.
now like at almost every concert I go to, for me concerts are low vibrational for me. I feel anxious. I feel unsafe. I feel like I'm going to leave there without something I came
So why
with.
would you go to a low vibration place?
I don't like concerts.
It's so, bro. It's so actually,
Yeah,
it's crazy
pressure.
how many things can determine the vibration of this. But I can list the bars on Bandali. I have them off the top of my head.
That are low.
Which ones are low? Which ones are high? But let me not think anyone's.
This
business
ain't a
with
safe
them,
space. A safe space. So yeah.
man. Anyway, let's move on.
You find the full list on Patreon.
Yeah, let's move on. But we shall be updating you as time goes
Tell
on.
guys to
Just pay
subscribe
attention to my stories because I'll always be telling you that place was high vibration. All the time.
LV, HV.
Yeah. Okay, Drake album. Who listened? Who didn't listen?
I won't lie, I've not yet listened.
You
I've
haven't
not yet
listened?
fully listened. I've listened to like 3 songs. Liked.
Casper, have
them.
you listened? Okay, I know you've listened to our TikTok jams.
I've only listened to the TikTok drums, which are Nokia and the other Hispanic one.
Meet your madre, meet your padre.
Micho madre, micho padre.
But even that one is that other one that I played in the car is also
First of all, I wanted to listen to it yesterday, right? I go onto my thingy to save it onto my Spotify.
what's it called? That one I like with Yeba.
That I don't know. So I go to see the album.
Let's
I said
open the album.
21 songs.
21, but it's not a long album though.
I was like, you know what? I'm not in a place right now where I can sit down and listen to 21 songs.
Okay.
So I put it aside.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: if Yeba is on that album, I'm invested now because Yeba's never missed for me.
So what do you think of it thus far?
I've been dying to talk about this album, and I'm disappointed you guys haven't listened. Let me just remember the name of the Yeba song. It's called Die Trying. It's called Die Trying. Anyways, I've listened to this album. It's called Some Sexy Songs for You. It dropped on Valentine's Day. It is a Drake and Party Next Door collab album. They've been
This I think I've been seeing everyone posting.
They've been
Fair
teasing it for
enough.
a while. Obviously, everyone knows that it's coming at a time when like Drake is probably at the lowest he's ever been in his career. A bunch of hate. It's coming the week after the Super Bowl. Yeah, man. So I think this was a kind of an important album in the Drake like era. Thoughts on the album? First listen, I didn't love it on the first listen. I didn't hate it either. I think I was listening kind of like, because I started listening on Friday morning and I had court on Friday morning. So I started listening on my way to court and on my way back from court. So I could tell that there were some things in there, but there were definitely a lot of skips also for me. I can guarantee you that with every listen that I've given this album, it has gotten progressively better and better and better to the point where let me not jump too many steps, but I think this is a really, really good Drake album.
Where are you going to say top 3?
No way.
Okay, sir.
But this is a really good Drake album. I would compare it to Certified Lover Boy just because of how I didn't love it on the first listen. But with every listen, I've been like, this album's actually kind of hard, bro. So I obviously have it over For All the Dogs. It's way better than For All the Dogs.
The jams are more.
The jams are more, but how long is the album?
1 hour 13.
13. That's not that long for 21 songs.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
But
For 21 songs,
to be honest, the songs I listened to, I didn't know Party Next Door was on these many songs. Because the ones I listened to had him.
Yeah, he's on
so
a
I was
bunch
like,
of
maybe like feature.
Yeah, no, he's on a bunch of
Nah,
them.
now I'm invested, bro.
A bunch of them, but it's very similar to if did you guys listen to the 21 and Drake album?
Yeah.
That was a really good album.
I love
And
that album.
It was also similar. Like, yes, it's Drake and 21, but it's a lot of Drake, bro.
Yeah.
So, bro, this album is too good, man. Like, if you like sweet singing Drake, not sweet as in sweet personality, but his voice is sweet. The things he's saying might not be the sweetest, but he is, bro. He's singing, man. Like, it's a beautiful album, bro. I enjoyed most of it. I enjoyed even the songs that like guys hate. I like meet my madre, meet my padre. I love that song, bro. I enjoyed it thoroughly, bro. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Let me not lie.
Yeah,
I listened to that song once.
yeah,
And the first listen was irritating,
yeah.
bro. That thing irritated me. I was just when you were saying Padre, I was like, Drake, man.
Yeah, he was trolling. That song was trolling.
That
The
thing
trolling
irritated me. So I feel like I need to listen to it in context.
I need to listen to the Party Next Door.
Because in the whip, Melvin was saying, man, this jam is hard, man. This jam is hard. But me in the backseat, I was just like,
trash. You need to listen to it fully through.
yeah.
And in the context of the album. And that Party Next Door part at the end is so sweet.
Cool. I'll listen. I was just like, I
Anyways.
feel like you've lost it, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to bring up the Kendrick stuff in relation to this album, but I
I
think
feel like
that,
it's very separate.
yeah, it was not it's not about, it has nothing to do with Kendrick's album. There's one
No,
song.
I think the beef is done.
No, there's one song.
Hey,
There's
Isn't
one
it-
song where he like,
they want to wrap it up.
I saw a YouTube video about how he dissed everyone except Kendrick, something like
no,
that.
there's one song where like, because he always has to rap on at least one song. So there's one song where he really rapped. And I don't think they'll ever be friends again. For sure.
I don't think they intend to be
I don't
friends
think they'll ever be
again.
friends again. But I think this was just like the Drake like reintroduction of, listen, I can still do this.
Yeah.
Like I can still make a banger. Those were two songs. Those were two songs. That Nokia song and Die Trying. Those songs might go. They might really, really go.
People still had hope that these guys would be friends.
No.
Maybe not, but yeah. Anyway,
I feel like it's just one of those beefs where, like, now it's just beef each other, then at some point just ignore each other. But
yeah,
never
like
be
stick to your
buddies.
things. Like
Yeah.
Drake makes like his type of music.
Kendrick
makes his type
And
of
we
music.
move.
Yeah.
And people are able to appreciate
But not-
both and keep
yeah.
it pushing.
Not one of them ones where at the end of the day we are now like, okay, let's first reconcile.
Nah.
I'm not gonna lie. I wished I had a girlfriend.
You wish what?
I wish I had like a girlfriend for this album.
Why?
Valentine's Day, if I dropped on Valentine's Day when I was in my teen era, I would have, by a must, I would have had a thing on this day. As a must.
Why? What's
Called
the
some sexy songs for you. Why wouldn't I have a girl?
so what's the correlation between as it just because it's called some sexy songs for you?
Yes. And there are very many sexy songs on that album.
So how does
Some
that
of them did. For me,
Like,
as long as
change your
parties
leg.
day.
Did I have a checklist time?
so as in
I was actually in the whip by myself, what in the gym, what's
Are they-
good?
Are they
In the
shagging
wrong
songs?
context, but I
Yeah.
just enjoyed the album.
Oh, are they shagging songs?
Bro, 90% of the album, bro.
interesting.
90%.
I'll give it a listen.
Like a sexy as $1 on it. You just know.
It's a really good album.
I'll give it a listen.
Yeah, man. So definitely listen to that album. And yeah,
I think can
well
we
done, Drake. Well done, Drake.
can we do we had on Friday after the pod I saw them when we were going to get ice cream.
Yeah.
They were last minute submissions. I think that's what we should close off on.
Okay.
Fair.
Okay.
Because I saw someone want to talk about exfoliation, but I guess
Eh,
cover that later.
Oh,
We talked about it in the car on accident on our way here, so
Easy.
I'm over it.
yeah.
Easy.
So our last minute submissions, because everybody
The
needs,
Valentine's ones.
everybody needs to be hard. I'm going to first go through the two like easy ones, and then we'll go through a real short.
This a pod, a main pod thingy.
Yeah, this is
a
a main pod.
This is a main pod.
You guys are dope. Though Sydney is familiar, I always see him with a girl dem.
The gal them?
The girl
Yeah,
dem.
that was him. I can confirm.
It was him.
I can
It's all with
confirm
a-
that's him also.
It was him. With a girl dem.
Sounds accurate to me.
Fair enough.
Then there's this. Have you guys ever had a hopeless crush? Let me land. As in someone you know you'll never land, but just keep them on standby in case you do. This is like someone who you're good friends with, but shooting a premature shot would just make the friendship awkward.
I like the imagery. I like that one.
Guys, just relax.
I like the analogy, bro.
Standby
Shooting a
crush
premature
sounds
shot is
crazy.
Shooting
A
a
standby crash.
premature
I feel like
shot.
standby implies that like
Like
you
they're
have
around.
you have like the choosers option, like you can get them. if you
No,
want
I
them.
think they meant it in the sense of you keep it there. Like you keep the crush there. You never
leave it at the crash stage.
you leave it at the
Yeah.
crush stage. You
But
never
the
advance, but you never
moment-
back off. It's continuously left there, right in the middle.
It's like constant press.
5.5.
The moment there's an opening, you gain the pass.
5.5.
Have you
It's
ever
like
done that?
standby generator.
I told you. I
Once
told you. I told
Carabos-
you how
Yeah.
I deal with
Kicks in.
shots. I mean, with crushes. I rarely have crushes, but when I have a crush on you, you're a god to me. So I don't think I'm worthy of you. So,
You
yeah,
can't have a crush on like you're on someone who you're with all the time.
I can't have a crush. Oh no, circumstances can create a situation where I'm constantly around you. But even when I'm around you, I will never tell you. I'll never act like it. I'll never shoot. And even I'll judge the people you're with. Like when I see who you're dating, I'm like, my king, why are you with? Like,
disappointed
I expect you to be with a
in
queen. Like you're an
You deserve
angel.
better.
And for you, you don't
Yeah, you
think you're
deserve
the
it.
queen for
No,
him.
I'm not the queen for him.
Wow. So you put him on a pedestal. You
Yeah,
can't
I put
reach.
him on a
Literally,
pedestal.
Yeah.
And then the moment the crush
Crazy.
booms, and then
So crazy.
I
So
s-
lucky you're a girl, bro. The hoes would eat you up.
Why?
You'd be buying dinners every day, bro. You'd be buying this chick's food like
If I was putting chicks on
Yeah.
pedestals.
They play.
They'd finish you.
Yeah, so and also that's why my crushes last really long. Like because I can put someone on a pedestal for years.
Crazy.
Wow.
And then when the crush goes, also I've never had a crush while
And they won't know.
no.
Yeah.
I keep it real. If anything, the more I have a crush on you, the more G I keep it. Like as in even when guys are saying, man, you look smart today. I'll keep quiet.
Yeah. So,
I can't yeah.
I do it.
I can't compliment. I'll just keep it like I don't engage.
Actually, a weird situation where a crush is seen as something disadvantageous.
For me, it is.
Interesting.
I can't even when you look fly. I can't tell you look
Yeah, let me
fly.
tell you.
Easy.
Crushes
No.
are sweet, man. I won't lie.
When you look fly, I can't because what if you
I-
think? I think I'm so afraid of getting caught with my
Crashing.
crush. Yes. So even if you look so fly, I can't tell you look fly. Never.
even look
And I see you
leave
look at me
any
like,
bread.
aha, I knew.
I knew you had a crush on.
Now you are looking at me there.
even when people start saying, "Oh, you know, so and so is handsome," I say, "Is he?
Yeah, you think
He's
so?
not for me, but."
And I can see why you think that. I can see why you think that.
Men can cook themselves.
They'll be like, I think like on a good day when he has showered props,
Because let me not
he
lie.
tries.
Most guys will jazz, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
if I- so that baby, I will be
Stand
like,
by.
let me-
You guys wouldn't
It has
even
to be
know
a
to.
chico ass there.
There's a time when I thought, the last time I had a serious crush, I thought, oh, people don't know. And then years later, they're like, oh, you had a crush on so and so, right? I was like, stop. Like, bro, it was obvious. I said, stop. I wanted to kill myself. No.
Yeah.
Babes
Yeah.
be killing me. Because what's wrong with the crush? Like,
I can't. I can't. The fact that I'm there, unrequited,
Yeah.
feeling a certain type of
But
way.
you don't know it's unrequited.
That's
You-
the
you
whole
don't know
essence
that.
of a crush.
You don't know
it's
that.
unrequited.
Okay, but you assume it's unrequited. I assume it's unrequited. So be like, I'm here, I like you. You don't like me back. First of all, that's aura points in the bin already.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, ugh, I can't. My aura points are dying.
But do you know that when you get a crush on someone, you may become inaccessible to him. He may also be having a crush on you. In
And
that
now you're
state,
there,
in that
who's
state
being
you
a
get
G.
into, it
I
may,
mean,
The guy wants to
it may
cook,
push
man.
him far away.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been watching Solo Leveling,
Mm-hmm.
and like, see something, yeah. I think you're saying about losing aura points.
Yeah.
You can always be gaining back. Sometimes you have to spend some to win.
Who lost
You know what I mean?
points in Salon?
No, you know how when he's fighting sometimes and he's being kubed.
The mana
His
points.
his mana points be booming.
Because I was going to say, if there's a guy that can aura farm, it's that
Yeah.
guy.
Then he first stops. He first stops and
Reassesses the
Yeah.
situation.
he takes his car elixir. And
Okay, so how
they all
do
come
you
back.
guys have you guys ever been there and you know if you shoot prematurely on your crush it will go poorly? Like what do you guys do?
I
No.
don't like the standby crush thing. Like, because for me, even the way that it was described in that question, it seems like the other person doesn't know.
Yeah.
And for me, they always know.
Something you
They always know.
as in
Because I'm gonna shoot, or at least I'm gonna make it obvious that I'm feeling.
The hell is a
Yeah.
standby
They always
crush? Like, it's still so foreign to me,
Not
the
say-
idea of,
Yeah.
man, I like you, but let me, like, nah.
Yeah. That's why I think that if I'm getting curved, I'm never getting curved out of like,
not trying.
or she doesn't know, or she doesn't know what she's doing. No, she knows what she's doing.
She knows because I told her what I want.
No,
Yeah.
even if I didn't tell her, I feel like it's fairly clear. You know what I mean?
And women be
Standby
no.
crush
not.
to me kind of feels like a potential date partner, someone you can potentially date, but at the moment you're already engaged.
Now
Or
I think
they're
that's when
engaged.
it will come for me. If I start seeing someone seriously and then I meet someone else, maybe that will be like a standby crush situation. 'Cause I can't engage because I have a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe then, because I'm sure you'll have a crush. You'll have like a crush or two or three, but you can't
Standby
just
crush,
can't get
though.
involved.
That sounds somehow.
I don't think it's
Sounds a bit doggy.
it's permanent. I don't know. Anyway, I've never been engaged and then had a crush. Usually when I get engaged, the
You're
crush
there.
dissipates. Like the next time I see this person, I'm like, okay, I don't see it.
What was I
And mind you,
thinking?
when now because this also boils into because I can't let my crush know I have a crush, I don't flirt with my crushes. But catch me with someone I don't like. Hey,
Be blasting.
I
flirting,
blast.
yes. The one thing I do is flirt with my crushes.
No.
Either you guys, the day I never came, the day I didn't come on Friday, I wanted to ask you something. Okay, you guys, you put up this Cupid thing whereby the listeners are shooting their shots. So I'm like, okay, this is your platform, and if you can't use it to benefit you,
wanted us to
like,
shoot our shots.
yeah,
Hey,
because I
relax.
do believe that you guys also have people you feel.
She knows.
Casper,
Your crush knows.
Hey.
Bad for the brand. Bad. For
Anyway, Bambi, the truth is, she does. I don't have a crush, man.
And then no, in my experience, women don't really like to be put on blast.
Yeah.
On public platforms.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't.
And that's
I
shooting
can't
our
do
shots.
it.
Like,
Might
what
not-
do we say?
I should be shooting
Boo.
myself in the foot, bro.
Hey, Pookie.
Man.
I don't know.
You know who you are.
You know how I
who
feel
you are,
about you.
Hey,
No,
yo.
I don't. There's nobody I like right now. But then also, no, I wouldn't.
do you remember the other guy? So
Which
Like a
guy?
public proposal,
Some-
man.
wait, was it this off pod? Anyway, I'm the editor. I'll edit it
Yeah,
out.
wow.
Remember that time you were like, "Are you still capable of love?"
Oh,
So now you saw some
was
guy-
That was the main pod, right?
Oh, that was the main pod. Oh, the
Was
guy
it on
who
the pod?
who I found good looking.
Yeah.
The 56-year-old.
Yeah.
Was on the main pod because my mom called me and said, "Oh, you think a 56-year-old is handsome?"
Bless her.
Yeah, but then it was just I found him good looking. We had a conversation,
It was in passing.
and in my true fashion, because I found him good looking and I was attracted to him, I pushed him onto my friend
Yeah.
Nah, fair enough.
Crazy.
because that's how I
fair
handle
enough,
my
fair
things.
enough.
Crazy. Crazy.
Anyway,
So you
So-
mean your friend
56 though.
dating a 56-year-old is now?
no, like in that moment, we were having a conversation as three people, right? So you don't know the vibes yet. Like you don't know who he likes or who he's talking or who he's
You
looking
removed
at.
yourself from the equation.
I immediately swung it to her
That's
end
crazy.
because I was like,
That's
crazy.
funny as hell.
That's crazy.
why?
Fair enough.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
First of all, you can't just have game when you're playing
Okay.
like in a
I know it's
minor
out of
league.
the
Like,
context, but I
you
like
have
the
in
way
the
you use
Premier
that
League, You're
thing.
only good when you're playing well Wigan Athletic. You know what I mean?
what do you mean? So
You
how
have to be able to play against all levels of competition.
Yeah.
so how am I playing in the
The
minor
good
leagues?
teams and the bad teams.
How am I playing in the
So you
minor
only
leagues?
have game when you're playing with like that.
Guys I don't like.
Yeah, young boys.
That no, not young boys. I have game when I'm playing with people who
Young boys is a team actually.
No, who-
A team called Young Boys.
Yeah.
I have game with people when I'm playing with people. I don't like. It's not me that wants
Exactly,
them.
you
They
don't
want
rate
me.
them. That's what I mean. Like
Yeah,
you can
whether
only play-
old or young.
you can only
But the
play
moment
well.
it's me who wants you.
I don't
That's what I
like.
mean,
I
you
don't
can't-
like your emo.
Yeah.
But guys, I've told you the rejection. I can't.
I don't like your emo.
So
Casper,
yeah,
I want to ask you something, but I don't know whether you're comfortable answering.
Hey.
we can edit
That's a
it
bad
out.
start.
We can-
It's
can-
about to be a wild ass
we
question.
can edit it out.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever worry about getting a guy who's already married? Because
Okay, that's cool.
Nah, that's
the
cool.
age group you're looking into is
I
is
am
like
not
is occupied
looking.
by guys who are already married.
I'm not looking into. I met this person on this one day, and I've never seen them again. It was a group hang.
Is it a worry you have?
No, because I'm not interested in married men. That's a deal breaker for me.
No.
And
Are
also,
you
secondly,
worried that the one you might find attractive or the one you might actually like,
no.
you may end up to be
I
married?
never even allow a situation. I can be attracted to you, but I can never allow a situation where thank you. We start. We
Let's
exchange.
check.
We exchange numbers and we start talking. Da, da, da. As long as you're married, you're actually none of my business. Like, go back home to your wife.
I think what Windek is asking is like, don't you think that like liking the type of guys you like is leaving you vulnerable?
To the situation.
Also,
Yeah.
also, I don't know if I said this on the main pod. I've decided to leave older people alone.
You did say it on the board.
Yeah,
You said it, you said it,
above
you said it.
35, I'm not interested at all.
I see.
I
Mami
met
Casper.
a guy,
You heard
and
it
she
from
would
her.
love to hear it. I met a guy at a wedding. He sat down next to me, and he was like, he's a good-looking guy. He was like 39. I asked me, how old are you? I was like,
Young man.
26. I said, young man.
Young man.
I said, man, I
Toddler.
hope he's not going to start vibing or whatever. He pulled out his phone. He showed me the wife. Beautiful woman. Showed me 5 kids.
Busy man.
Relative, like the heights were close to each other, right?
You can background.
Then he tells me he got married at 24. Da, da, da. Then he's like, are you looking to get married? I'm like, I guess, of course. Then he's like, how old are you? I said, oh, 26. Like, oh, yeah. This is the right time. And then he says, in everything you do, leave men close to their 40s alone. Then I was like, why? It's like, if a man is 40 and he hasn't gotten married, there's a recurring problem that he's failing to solve.
What's up, bar?
And one of the reasons why he's not married is because he's trying to solve that problem. And the moment you join in at 40, you're going to be part
The problem
of
is
that
yours
problem.
now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like the problem is big enough for him to say, let me put off marriage. Well, it's like,
That guy is cooking.
it's a recurring problem. Stop.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. So it's like, so what age? He's like, oh, 26? I said, yeah. He said, think of like 28 to like 33. Because you're thinking you want to date someone for a couple of years and then marry them. I was like, okay. So I thought about it and I even told my mom about the conversation and she kept saying, so every time I tell her, oh, I'm going on a date with so-and-so. And then she says, how old is he? I said, 39. Recurring problem.
Yeah.
Men come in all shape, form, and size.
And there is no template. And it's not even a fair assumption to say, oh, if you're 40 and you're not even married, evereverody has different reasons.
The recurring problem can begin at 22, man.
But then the last person I met was
You've
40.
had it since you were 8.
The last person I met who was 40, who wasn't married. He asked me, why are you single? I told him, no, you, why are you single? You've been an adult for 22 years. Why are you single? He said he laughed. He said, you know, it's not that. I said, don't worry. Within the next month, I'll figure out why you're single.
And indeed,
And within a week.
you knew.
By the end of the month, I told him, by the way, I know why you're single. And he took it as a joke.
I can
I can go home. I can go home.
I told him, I know why you're single. And then I kept it pushing P. I didn't tell him why.
You told him face to face.
On the phone. I told him, I'm not going to see you again. But I know why you're single.
The date can game.
Wait,
I know why
you were
you're
26
single.
and he was 22.
I was 26, he was 40.
I know why
I
you're
know why single is
single.
that's coming from a younger chick.
I know why
I can
No.
spit on the phone screen. Just so you can hear
No,
me
but
spit.
think about it. You're relatively okay looking.
Yeah.
You're okay looking. You
Yeah.
have some dimes.
Yeah.
you get like, okay, from the outside looking in, your life seems okay, and you say, and mind you, you actively put it out there like, no, where I'm at in life, I'm trying to settle down, meet my wife. A month into knowing
But those
you,
guys, let me tell you, those guys
I know
being that
why.
they've already met their wife.
uh-huh.
Yeah, she has like 3 kiddos for him. But he's just waiting to see if it's something. You don't think his money can get him something nicer, bro.
Yeah.
But you already met his wife. She's there also waiting for him to like
Settle
sober
down,
up and
yeah.
just wife her.
But isn't that sad?
It's very sad.
Bro,
Very, very
that
sad.
guy already has a wife
And
who will
kids.
give birth to.
No,
Intelligent
and he
kids.
had a child.
He's looking
So
for
I asked him.
something
We
wiggling.
asked him, so why aren't you with your baby mama? Like, why didn't you wife her? She was like, he told me she's in her 30s. She's a beautiful woman. The son is handsome. Why aren't you with your baby mama? Do you know this nigga said, man, she can't put up with my bullshit.
So
I'm the one.
yeah, I'm that bullshit put up.
Me. I'm the shopkeeper of bullshit. Me.
Next one.
Next one. Uh-huh.
This is the big one.
No, we're going. This is
Okay.
a tiny one and then the big one and we
Okay.
close.
Okay.
Casper, as your Gen Z sugar baby, it's on site when I meet the phone recorder. I'll teach him a lesson or two.
Yeah.
If you want to give them context, give them because they might have forgotten.
Oh, for context.
Actually, this is main pod. They don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
give them
yeah.
context.
Yeah, last week when people were shooting shots, we found out that there's somebody.
Should we read it for them? Do you have it?
I think I do.
Let's find it.
He said that he wants to take me out on a date, and he doesn't care about what I look like because sometimes he comes to K and
The
K
little man, yeah.
and secretly records me.
Yeah,
was
don't do that. Do not do
was
that.
nuts.
Don't do
That's
that.
what?
That story was nuts.
It
I
was
think that
nuts.
guy is watching now. Don't do that.
Yeah, the
There.
place is empty. But yeah, so whoever this is clearly has Patreon because they're going to handle him. They're going to deal with him one-on-one.
We like that. And the guy said he's a Gen Z sugar baby.
Brother, the kids love me, man. Casper's cuties.
Big mama. Bro.
My Shayla.
Yeah.
My Shayla. Anyway, the shot. This shot was shot by a girl.
Okay. Oh wait, we're not reading the other one. It's okay. That's not
I
that.
failed to find it.
Yeah.
Okay. There's this tall and dark chocolate I met at Aleph's karaoke about 2 years ago. He had a smile that could melt all your problems away.
God damn.
I liked his energy and he talked about this pod and put me on.
First wait. Tall and dark chocolate.
First of all, pause if you're thinking about it.
As in-
Push tall and dark chocolate, sexy man. Okay, relax. Relax. You won't do that on my platform, bro. Not in front of this camera. Proceed. Proceed.
You're a fool.
Yeah, tall, dark, and relax. See, no, relax. That's actually out of pocket what you just tried to do.
Nigga, are you not the same?
Isn't that nuts?
That's actually
Isn't that
possible.
nuts what you tried
It's
to
not
do?
nuts.
Nah.
How is this-
Let me explain.
I was going to be
Let
like,
me
how is this
explain.
opposable?
This guy is crazy.
He
You see?
put her on the pod. I was trying to think if we have any tall dark chocolate friends.
That's why I'm saying pause, bro. You can't describe your homie as tall, dark.
Listen,
You cannot. You cannot.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Page 2. He's most probably a patron. So, guy with a 2-door mark,
Guy with a 2-door mark?
Mercedes.
I can't even think anymore. man.
2-door Mercedes.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
He's most probably a patron. So, guy with a 2-door mark. If you're listening, hit me up. I miss you. Wink from Unthinkable.
Oh, saucy.
So you say girls don't know how to shoot. Is that not a shot?
Yeah.
Yes,
Shout
this
out
is
to
the
her.
one out of like
Shout out to
15.
her.
Is that not a shot?
Told that, bro. Okay, listen.
Told dark chocolate.
Yeah, you can't say it
stuck
again.
on that- No, I'm stuck on my 2-door Mercedes.
Maybe
I'm
that's
stuck on
what
the
he
2-door
had 2 years
Mercedes.
ago.
Yeah. The fact that you've been on her mind for 2 years, bro. I don't know if I should tell you to run or to like run away or run towards.
I hope they didn't marry him
When she
because
grabs you, when she gets you,
It's
when she
over.
catches you, bro.
I hope
You're in
he's not
trouble.
married.
Yeah, 2-door
Because
Mercedes.
let me tell you,
Tudor Mercedes.
chicks love
But Tudor
a
Mercedes,
good
he's
thing.
not married. Tudor Mercedes is not married.
I'm not
This
gonna
was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They met 2 years ago at the Aleph
Because
karaoke.
let me tell you, it's a bit essential when you're married
He's
and
had
have a
that
family.
crush
You have
for
4
all
doors.
that long.
It's essential.
Yeah,
so if
literally.
it
And
still
I
has 2
think,
doors,
and given like a wink she threw in there, I think at a left they were like flirting.
Why she call herself unthinkable though?
they probably had an
They probably had like a
inside thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or they sang Unthinkable.
Your brain is so big.
This
Breast
chick is
milk.
Shout out Mama
mad,
Casper.
bro. Let me
Shout
tell
out
you,
Mama
Mikey Doe is
Casper.
going to gain 7 years of breast milk.
Would
Bro.
it be
Exactly.
unthinkable?
Was that song 2 years ago? Yeah, it was.
Really? 20 years ago.
Yeah. I like this. I think you should shoot. If you're listening to this, they said you're a patron, so you'll definitely watch this. Yeah, Talat unthinkable, bro. See, you never know.
Yeah,
You
we,
know,
we hope he still
we
has
meet our
the
we meet our chicks, by the way. In
If he
very
still has the
strange
2 door
ways.
mark, he's
Let
single.
me ask,
So-
when you guys like meet someone, like imagine you go for karaoke, right? You go with your people know other people, so you end up, that groups end up mingling. So now like at such a situation, I left karaoke, if you end up flirting, do you follow up from there or you leave it there?
Bro, let me tell you,
Immediately.
on the way home.
You,
On the way home.
you jump into
That
the
very-
car and
You have to come me the next day if you're going to come. I'm not going to wait for 2 years.
no, but like
Ever.
you guys, if you have like a car flirtation, do you follow up?
Wow. I left. I
Of
think we're going to leave that
course.
karaoke. We're just going to.
We've
Yeah,
had each other sing.
We had a good flirtation.
Yeah.
And keep it
I'm
pushing.
leaving with your
please.
number at least.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, it was
In
a
fact, we'll
karaoke
be
night.
back here next week. For the next.
It was a karaoke night,
Yeah.
meaning they had a good time to the point that they even
They
got
talked.
into the parking to see the guy's car.
Yeah, they probably left at the same time.
So
I don't know chicks be PP.
I'm here wondering, like,
How
how
come you
comes,
just look down?
I'm trying to bounce the chick is PP. What car am I going to enter?
how did they, like, go their separate ways without exchanging numbers?
Sometimes it's beyond you.
Sometimes you're married, bro. And be playing those games. Your chick knows how many contacts are in your phone, bro. One extra contact.
Actually,
It's
that
not-
is a standby crash.
Yeah.
It's not been actually very
Yeah.
okay. Like, man.
Yeah, you how come you have
Your son-
201 contacts today, man?
Like,
I noticed that bees have an extra. There's a new brand who wasn't
There's a
there
new
before. Who was there last night? Yeah.
sometimes you're married. That's true. Sometimes you're married.
bro. Sometimes you have a chick. Sometimes like
Or
you can't be
sometimes
playing those
you
games.
guys, I told, for me, after the flirtation, I'd be thinking, yeah, there's no way, especially if you don't ask for my number.
Have you seen? I've seen
You're not
those
feeling
TikToks of when I meet the woman of my dreams, but I'm still like hustling, man.
Like,
I'm still on that grind. Like I can't do this with you right now.
Yeah.
Man.
That's me
Like,
every day, bro.
Yeah, there's that.
And they be asking, man, so how is your pod? You're like,
It's
I think it's going
dying.
to hit 100K one day.
Yeah, we can't
day.
do this right
Like,
now.
Right
bro.
now, we just can't.
It's not good for the brand, bro.
But how
it's
is-
not good for our trajectory for me to fall in love.
right now,
We're moving.
grinding.
We're moving units. I can't. We have
I
to hit
promise
100K
you,
by the end
the
of the year.
day
on
we hit
TikTok.
1 mil subs, it's over.
So let me ask.
So you
So
guys
how is
passed
that?
me.
How is that the love of your life? If because I don't believe in that nonsense of right person, wrong time.
No, she's the love of my life. The life hasn't yet gone.
She'll
still
be married.
going.
She'll be married with 3 kids.
She's the love of my life.
She'll be married with
She's
3
the love
kids.
of my life. My life.
She'll be married with 3 kids. By the time you're where you want to be,
Nah,
First of all,
she's-
this chick is not
she's-
rating our growth
she's-
development.
she's
What do you mean
our
she'll be
love.
married?
She's our love
If
of
we
my
hit
life.
one,
she is one of
She's one of the several loves of my life, bro. My life is too long.
when do you think we'll hit 1 mil subs? Why are you saying it like she'll be married with 3 kids?
okay,
Go
not 3 kids, but she'll probably be married.
Sido, are you familiar with this thing?
we might hit 1 mil next year. You be there.
Amen.
Like, you have to get a person with whom you will start a love story, which will end up into a life story.
Yeah, that shit is nice,
That's
but
a bar, that's a bar.
it's
So you
it's
don't need
really
to first
nice. I
finish
want
the
it.
life story for you to start a love story.
That's true. That's true.
I want
But
it.
then also, I found out, like, I have male friends that have told me, man, sometimes you meet a babe, yeah, she's beautiful, she's, like, interesting, like, she's ticking all your boxes. And you're like, bro, the hustle I'm in right now.
I can't.
I
evolve
love
this
you
shorty.
too much. I can't. Like,
Guys, let me
Guilty.
tell you.
I'm hungry.
I wake up at 1 p.m. work till 7 p.m. pod till 9 p.m. When am I going to see
I'm
her?
hungry.
I'm hungry. I can't, like, I like you too much to make you starve.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, you're the sort of girl that I want to see you blasting. I want to see you living a certain type of life, and I can't give you that life right now. So let
That's
me.
the funniest thing.
I can't give it to you, but I also don't want to see it. I don't. Okay, I want it for you. I don't want to see it though.
To me,
What
that
do you
sounds
mean?
like self-sabotage.
It's another guy
I don't want to
involved.
be a witness to it. You know what I mean?
Casper, that's
How
self-sabotage.
is that self-sabotage?
Because you can't see someone you like and you're like, my state. I'm
I
I've
not
told
can't
you
do
ready.
that,
someone
can't do
has
this.
said he's hungry. See, like, what?
Like,
And your
I
hunger is
suffer
making you
today.
sabotage your
My supper
chances
today
of
is
getting
going
your
through
way.
When guys tell you love
Exactly.
won't feed us, they're not lying.
The guys who only eat office lunch, bro. Office lunch
Get
is the
how you
only
start
meal that
to
is having
get
that day.
there.
And then he's like, and I don't want, like, I love you so much that I don't want you to scroll on IG for supper.
That's also
a bar.
that's also a scarcity mindset, bro.
Listen, you and your high vibrations and your abundance.
That's a scarcity mindset. Honestly, like the belief that, man, I don't have enough for you.
It will come.
Who said, bro?
It will come.
Who said?
Pause.
Why are you first of all dictating what's enough for? Why are you blocking
Yeah.
your blessings that more make up? Get relaxed. Don't make
Something-
me preach.
You know the funniest thing about this guy?
This
This guy can preach, but
Musumba
tell him
Melby.
to do it.
But honestly,
Yeah.
the truth is, when she says yes, you're ready.
Getting to the yes.
If
is
she
the issue.
says, if she deems you worthy, you are.
Getting to the yes is the
For me,
problem,
on the
bro.
flip side, from what I've seen, you can assume that, oh my God, I want to be with a guy who has made it, da da da, or who has reached a certain place financially or career-wise. But that doesn't necessarily mean you will live the type of life you want to live. Like, I always say that a guy who can give you something when he has nothing, imagine what he will give you when he has.
Yeah.
You're cooking.
He's
a
thing.
giver.
You get?
Can
So
be rich when you want a giver.
it's never about someone's ability to be generous and kind and, you know, provide for you. Does not have a lot to do with the actual tangible finances, but to do with their character. Because if you're a billionaire and you buy me a Vitz, you get it. It's not the
Depends on,
same
like,
thing
what they call
as
it.
my guy who's not eating supper.
It
Buy me
depends
like
on how
this.
liquid
Buy
I
me a
am.
Vitz. You get like you're. I don't want to go to the Bible, but you know how
You
in-
go, you go, you
You-
go, you go.
you know how in the Bible, there is the chick who had only one coin and she gave that only coin,
Yeah.
and then
Was it
there is
a button?
there
Button
was
or
a coin,
Yeah.
and then there is the one who had like plenty,
Farms and what?
yeah,
and
and
gave
came
like,
and
like a worst sheep. I know that story.
some stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it's like for me, it's about the individual. It's not about the finances. Because let me tell you, and let me tell you this: generous guys who you land on in the struggle, nobody is as thankful as those guys. Those guys.
But let me tell you where the actual issue is. You've cooked, bro. You've cooked. But every single time you go to TikTok, man, and you see babes saying they want the exact opposite, even you'll be like, bruh.
Yeah, that's
Which is why we're
true.
saying, guys, get off your phones.
Let me not waste this chick's time.
Yeah. Get off
And
your
no,
phones.
and
Be
even the
around.
chick, I saw a chick literally on Valentine's. She said, guys, she's like, I'm going to be honest with you. She's like, you guys, for those of us who are not dating rich guys, like older men or married men or guys that have family money and what, like you're dating a normal guy who is your age, who's working a normal job. How are you managing? Like, how do you get onto socials and have conversations with your friends and not feel a certain type of way because you love your person and realistically speaking, you know what he's capable of and what you're capable of in a relationship. So how are you guys managing? Because she was like, I don't want to leave my person. And I don't think he's not good enough for me because of ABCD. He's 26 years old. I was like, oh, sweetheart. But I can't lie.
Yeah. That thing is tough, bro. I won't lie to you. Because
chick,
let me tell you.
I don't think guys tell my chick, oh sweetheart, bro. You
Yeah.
make me rob a bank. You make me commit a crime for this.
But
time,
why is your
bro.
chick on socials telling us that?
I can buy.
Let me not lie, yeah?
She can find me at home.
Everything you guys have said is so true and you've cooked. Yeah.
Yeah.
But bro,
Yeah.
you can't help it when you go on socials.
Man.
And you're looking at your bank, you're like, bruh.
My chick can.
But
be on
guys,
social
My chick is going to post Ngusi, man. Yeah.
What
Like,
about man? What about us who don't? Don't say a chick.
one thing we also
That
need
guy's
to
not
understand
bad.
is that, okay, I've met a lot of girls who are like, for us, we're not dating, we are single because we haven't gotten the rich guy we are looking for.
Yeah.
It's like those girls are looking for a top 1% guy,
Yeah.
but for them, to the top 1% guy, he wouldn't look in their direction.
But no, by the way, that's a contextual thing. Like, you have to look at the society. But like here in Uganda, the top 1%, you have different types of guys. You have the guys who have reached there because nigga, this guy's been in the workforce for the last 25 years.
Yeah.
You get it? Like, he has been working since
Has that
before you were
20
born.
head start.
Exactly.
Then you have the guys where first breath.
You get
He
no,
was
this guy is,
cashing
no,
in.
he's 46. He has been working since 1997. He has to have some money.
Oh no, but
It's crazy.
Has
I was,
he?
listening, I was also listening to another podcast.
Casper has all
today.
this age thing figured out.
I was listening to another podcast today, and a guy was saying that according to their stats, there's 2 moms for every 1 dad.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that chicks are having to share the guys who have the qualities. That they want.
Yes. So
Especially if the quality we're looking for is provision.
if you're looking for provision,
Chicks are sharing.
you're most likely going to
Share.
go to an older guy.
Yeah.
An older guy has been around for 47 years. He probably has a wife or
Yeah.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
So you add yourself to that dynamic.
Yeah.
Then there are those who have landed on some cash in their 30s and you're about to see something you've never seen.
Yeah.
You will cry in public.
Yeah, yeah,
Wait. That one who has first touched the dimes.
Yeah.
You're going to learn something new.
But anyway, everyone
And
is
then the
different.
trust
Then
fund.
there
will-
are those people who come from wealthy families. But then the thing with people from wealthy families is that for serious settling down, they tend to marry women from wealthy families as well.
Yeah.
Not women who are trying to become wealthy by marrying you. They tend to marry the type of people they grew up with, going to the sort of schools they go, traveling as much as they did. Those are the people they end up
I feel like relationships are
The
dictated
catch
by
is
their
the
parents.
age we are at,
Yeah.
we are almost in like none of those 3, bro. Doesn't make unless you've come from cash, but you've not yet worked long enough. You've not yet got the experience to get that car deal. With
You've
that
not yet
money.
banged that deal.
You're just there.
Yeah.
The girl you want to date.
Has tested
Is
those waters.
prime for
Bruh.
but each one of those, because everybody, you see, when you see people on social media and like they've gifted her this car, everybody only posts the highlights.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody posts the shit
That's
they're going through. Bro, I told chicks be fighting. Like these chicks who are being taken care of, be fighting among themselves. The guy's at home with his main wife. You get?
True.
Nobody posts the low lights.
Yeah.
Or even you you're feeling bad a certain type of way. Your man is at home annoyed that you posted a video saying he can't afford shit.
Imagine post that shit.
I tell you, see,
Can
it's
find me on Valentine's Day pissed in the crib.
liked by your boyfriend.
Mind you, your flowers are
The
there.
flowers are there, but the things you said today on the
Wilted.
internet.
And then you've made her like a home cooked meal, like candlelight, and she's on social media, and guys are like traveling for Valentine's.
Yeah.
Can give you your roses, but one is dry. Better go over them.
You put jig on one road.
But honestly, my life wish is if girls would look at us based on our age, not compare us to guys who have
But
a
even
head
the-
start,
even the age thing
like
is
a
not-
time head start over us.
No, but they do.
Because
I
you
feel like
can't-
they do.
You can't put me in the same category as a guy who's 28, and you think we'll be at the same financial.
you also
You might be, because
Stay.
28 is hard.
Yeah, I'm
also-
meaning a guy. Okay, like a guy who is at the same the same speed as
Yeah,
myself.
I'm chilling with them, like judging us off like the size of
Yeah.
our bank accounts. But me, I'm judging you for the size of your bum, bro. Two can play that game, bro. Two can play that game. Judge me from how much money I make. I'm judging you for your bum size.
And
Yeah.
if the bum is
Even me, I'll go on Bali, like, man, you guys, man. Guys who chicks don't have, like,
let me tell you where the issue is.
guys who don't have bad chicks, man. How are you guys dealing
But-
with like these
but-
times, bro? Like,
But
because you
you're-
love her personality.
but
like,
you're the same guy who
she has a
said,
kind heart,
Bobby,
but
you're the same guy who said once you have a chick, your chick's bum is the best bum in the world.
But
Yeah.
that's once he has one.
Yeah, he didn't want
Right
to.
now, the
What was
judgment
a
is
big
before.
bum? He said no matter how small her bum is,
Yeah, that's my
the
bum.
best.
Yeah.
That's his bum.
that's my bum.
Agree.
And that's
You've
the
cooked,
best.
you've cooked.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah.
the best bum in Uganda.
But obviously, if I look at our bums, I can be like, man, I don't have the biggest bum. It's mine. It's not.
That
the
should be the
biggest.
same with
I
the
think it's
bank.
only valid
That's the-
when the
we
chick
feel the
doesn't
same
come with
way.
prerequisites.
I don't have the
Because
biggest bank.
I'm reaffirming that I'm staying here, but I'm aware of what I'm staying with. You know what
But
I mean?
Yeah.
but you see, I
And
feel
for me,
like
my bank account can grow.
Bro, BBL is dead.
Yeah, let me not be clear. This is
oh,
all for jokes. This is all for jokes.
This is all
Oh, man.
Like when I listen to the previous episode where you're talking about like the type of Valentine gifts you want,
oh,
that
they
was
said I
the
need to get a BBL to get a GLE.
I died.
But that's true because you can see, like, people assume, Or for a guy to give a chick a certain type of life, she has to look a certain type of way. As in,
What's the thing?
Okay,
where
I'm
they-
sorry to say this, but
are you going to insult me on the microphone?
no, like honestly, you kind of made me feel bad because I take you to be a smart girl.
Yeah.
But that now for you to
see.
think that you need a
Hey,
big ass
yo,
to get
you do
like
like
something
that.
like
Let them
Guys,
cook you from
that's-
behind the
you don't
camera.
Guys, it was banter.
We take everything
That
seriously.
thing is on. It's on
You
YouTube.
was just said.
We take everything seriously.
You was just said your bank account is growing while the bum isn't.
No, if my bank account grows, the bum can grow.
That's true.
Yeah.
artificially grow. We'll farm it.
That's not how it works. But
Let me
maybe,
tell you.
maybe if we pay for it.
That's what I say.
Maybe if we pay
That's
for
what I'm
it,
saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
We'll
was
pay for
it was all but I'm sure there are other ways to get a jail without getting a BBL.
Yeah.
It can take you 30 years or 2 minutes. It depends.
2 minutes.
I agree.
You're going to drop a how to anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Guys, let's wrap this up, man. Any plans for the week? Anything we need to look forward to, get excited for?
No.
No? Okay, man. Listen, thank you guys for watching. Today we didn't tell guys to like, follow, share, subscribe.
Do you know?
Shocking.
Shocking. But if you've reached this far,
Yeah.
you've reached the end of this episode,
Surely.
and you're not subscribed to the Mob Jazz podcast,
Jarring.
what up?
Jarring, bro.
What up?
Jarring.
And as for if you've reached this far, you love the jazz. You
Enough.
subscribe to the YouTube.
Yeah.
You're wondering, why do they call her Casper?
Yeah.
Who was snapping her in
Yeah.
secret? What's going on? I'm losing jazz because you're not on Patreon, bro.
Literally.
And it's only $5 USD, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a month. Jump on if you have the time. Finish those 200 episodes. We won't quarrel. But if I ask you what I said in episode 196, you better know. Anyway, yeah.
Chicken cook, bro.
Listen.
We love you.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe. We've been loving the comments.
Yeah.
We reply.
Yeah.
We like, we
I don't
engage.
think I don't think there's too many like pods at least here that can boast the amount of like engagement that we get, bro. You guys
Yeah.
are engaging, bro.
Guys,
are
engage.
engaging.
We love how much you're, as in every topic you comment,
Yeah.
every topic you comment. We
Yeah,
love that. We
yeah,
love that.
yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Actually, guys have been subscribing like mob.
Yes, guys
Yeah.
have been
Time
subscribed.
around.
Guys have been subscribed.
Yeah.
Listen. Hug your dad, kiss your mom, text your boys. You're checking on your strong friends, man. I think has been like on my mind recently, bro. Checking on those buddies of yours. Ones always seem like they're kawa. Ones always seem like, man, me, I'm chilling, but how are you? You ask a guy, how are you? The guy says, man,
I'm Kawa, but you
what
are.
about you, man?
Yeah.
Then for you get into how you are, bro. That guy there, check on that guy. Check on that guy, man. It's tricky times right now. Anyway, until next week, Africa must unite.
Bye.
Peace.